Oh, hello everyone.
Hey, we're here.
We're here. Exception is here. Exception is back.
Now, okay, for all of you, it didn't seem like I left anywhere because I was here last week and I'm here this week. But for people from my stream, I was gone.
It was Tuesday. It was a long time ago.
It was like an extra day. Y'all missed me.
I
have terrible news to report.
Uh-oh.
I am once again knownless.
No! I'm so sorry. Where's Risha? Risha! Risha, fix it! Here, I'll do one for you. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your charity, known.
Oh my gosh. Excuse me, my throat is just... I don't know about you guys, but where I live, it is allergy time right now and has been since like March. It's pretty good. Pretty good for the old voice there. Just makes you sound like you're drowning. It's fine. But hello everyone, I am Ascella Vivace, Magical Idol, and I have with me today Exception.
Hello, I'm Exception. I'm here sometimes. I'm here for at least like 91% of the Ace Attorney streams here.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that first one there. You just weren't here.
I wasn't there. I missed the memo, and by missed the memo, I mean I didn't know you were playing Ace Attorney until after stream 1.
Yeah, sorry.
That's gonna be a doozy to figure out how to edit me in partway through.
You'll have to just do a recap.
Yeah.
Do like a recap episode? Yeah. That's what I think. But
speaking of recaps, we went through stuff last week.
Oh, we did. Oh my god, did we? We we investigated so much. And Sholmes was just hanging out in weird places over and over and over and over again.
And also for like 20 seconds, we met Mr. Nimny Pimney and Popeye from Popeye.
Yeah.
They were just arguing on the road.
And we,
they'll be important.
We solved or created a marital problem. Not sure which.
One of them.
I don't know. Who knows? And corrected Sholmes a couple of times because he needs some guidance. And we took the case, guys. We took the case. We're gonna be a lawyer again.
Yep.
And that is where we left off, was the night before the case, the night before the trial. Us putting on our big lawyer hat and setting our pride aside and our fears and becoming the Ace Attorney. Yep. That's what we did.
It's time to go to court.
It's time to go to court. I'm not sure I'm ready for another freaking jury, honestly. Or wacky witnesses that lie, because that seems to be how this works, but isn't that always how Ace Attorney works? So,
of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's just how it is. It's just how it is. But, you know, that's okay, because we have, the expectation has been set, right? And then we are just not subverting that, right? We are just going with it.
Yeah.
I still love how, like, they didn't update the logo to not be kind of pixelated. Like,
yeah.
I appreciate that nostalgia there. The kerning is amazing. But yeah. I'm excited though. We can continue. Oh wait. I have to go to the load game, or it will load it. Okay, it was gonna load it from the right place. Cool. Hi, Risha!
Hello.
You have to post a known for Exception also. That's the new tradition in this chat.
Yeah, I'm knownless again.
Knownless.
I can't known. I have to call in known special order from other people.
Yeah. Just a drone strike of gnomes. But yes, so now that Risha is here, we can begin the trial. I'm a not sure. I'm gonna pull it up first so we can get started. But I'm not sure if I'm better at the trial or the investigation. But I think my instincts are starting to get Ace Attorney-y.
You're honing them.
I'm learning.
Yeah. You're getting the instincts.
Yeah. I'm gonna be.
Oh, it's 9:23 a.m.
It is 9:23 a.m. Oh my god, you gotta. There, you're good. Thanks, Risha. 13 gift subs. Thank you.
I can known again.
Yeah, Risha, you're so good. My job here is done. Are you leaving? You need to watch this stream. Your man is gonna be back. Your husbando.
There it is.
Your husband. There it is. Yay.
Yeah, we're good. Now we can play the Great Ace Attorney.
Now we can play the Great Ace Attorney. We have known. Yes, you must stay for your husbando. Yes. So, it's February. Oh, it's cold outside. We knew that. Yep. 9:23 a.m. We knew that. At the Old Bailey, we knew that. Defendant's antechamber as usual. So, good for us. I almost said I wish there was a game where you could play the prosecutor, and then I remembered there is.
Yeah, in fact, it just came out with a dang bundle collection on Switch.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be a problem, and I just want to, because person who has played or seen played all of the Ace Attorney games, am used to the unofficial fan translation for Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
You were talking
so
about
I have all of these notions of people's names and dialogue and concepts, but now when it comes out and I am subjected to these new names and dialogue and voice lines and voice recordings, I am going to be so uncomfortable.
You're just going to be confused the whole time.
It's going to R.I.P. Sebastian the best. No.
Yeah, they announced some of the names, like they're on the website.
R.I.P. Ray Shields. I'm okay with the loss of Justine because Verity is a fantastic name for her. But the loss of Sebastian is probably the most tragic that we know of.
I'm so sorry to everyone who is mourning funky names.
You are free from this. If you ever play these games, you are immune from this pain. You will simply play one of the best Ace Attorney games ever made.
I'm so worried that it's just going to turn into like Ace Attorney Wednesdays for the rest of my life. And I mean that in like a positive way because like I am enjoying this, but I'm like, God, I gotta go back and play the original games now.
It's fine. It's
stream. And then investigations are they out on Steam too or just Switch right now?
Investigations, I don't even know if it's out yet.
Oh, it just got announced. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, we're doing this with no music. I'm so sorry. Ah, there's music.
Well, I never expected music.
I never expected music.
Yeah, it comes out in September.
September. Well, we better hurry up and finish this before September.
Oh, you bet.
I don't think we're going to finish this before September.
No, I'm not even sure we're going to finish this by Christmas. It'll be close.
I'm slow.
It's fine. We're good. We're doing it now.
Welcome to Ace Attorney, a life you're here forever. Thank you, Risha. I need to pretend like I'm having like a subathon.
It takes a while to pass the bar exam.
That's true. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm studying for the totally fake bar exam. I was trying to come up with something clever and I had nothing, unfortunately.
The farce exam.
The farce exam. Oh my god. All right. Without further ado, Ace Attorney. Here we go. Well, I never expected this. Who would have thought we'd be back here again so soon? Literally like 2 days later.
Yeah.
We know this, Susato. Why are you telling us this? We are on a study tour of Great Britain with the intention of learning the country's legal practices. I have no voice. It is dead. In order to research the latest court procedures here, we need as much court experience as possible. Well, yes, I suppose that's true, but for the person in the dock, it may well be his... I can't even talk. Let me start over. For the person in the dock, it may well be his or her one and only time in court, and it could be life-changing. In which case, treating it as research may seem a little crass. Don't toss me, don't toss me. Oh, when you put it like that, you're quite right. Good morning.
I don't remember who it's probably me. I'm just not exactly sure which person.
Do you want me to click and find out before you say good morning?
Yeah.
There he is.
Good morning.
There we go. Ah, Mr. Natsume. Good morning. Oh, he is still tweaking just a little bit. Okay. A little paranoia in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh dear, are you all right? Your eyes are terribly bloodshot. They kind of
His eyes are indeed a little redder than
they
usual.
are a little red, yeah.
The early bird catches the worm, as they say here in Britain.
Why are his eyes red? Oh, I feel so bad for him. Yes, I've heard that expression.
But I really don't want to catch a worm.
Okay.
So I tried desperately not to wake up early, but I was so worried I couldn't catch a wink.
He is not okay.
And now I'm absolutely exhausted as a result.
Just take a nap under the table. Do all literary people take things so literally? Thank you for putting your faith in us today, Mr. Natsume. Oh. He is of little faith right now, apparently.
I wish I had 9 lives. My whole future hangs in the balance. I'm too terrified to tremble.
You're trembling. You're trembling right now. Really? Because I can feel tremors in the floor.
That's just an earthquake. It's not my fault.
An
I
earthquake.
can't do this. I can't. Although, welcome student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Yes?
I caught a glimpse of the public gallery as I walked by the courtroom. It looked like the opening night of the opera. There were so many people.
Oh dear.
I had no idea my case was such a notorious affair here in London.
I didn't either, my dude. Oh, neither did I. Do you know why that might be, Miss Susato? I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I have no idea. So that all-knowing look on your face is just coincidence, then, is it? Don't lie to me.
Don't hide the truth from me! It's because of the Reaper, isn't it?
Lord Van Zeeks? Oh god, not the music. Is that right, Miss Susato? I purchased as many different newspapers as I could find this morning, and yes.
You're spending our stipend on all of the same news?
Right? Lord Van Zeeks is on the front page of every one. I knew it. Sometime after the prosecutor was dubbed the Reaper of the Bailey, he stopped appearing in court, it seems. It's been several years now, in fact, until the day before yesterday. Yes, Inspector Gregson told us something similar, didn't he? Well, flashbang. The trial 2 days ago marked Lord Van Zeek's return to the courtroom after a very long hiatus. The trial of Magnus McGilded. Ugh, what a harrowing experience that was. I believe that appearance made even greater waves here in the capital than today's. But we wouldn't have realized it, of course, having only just arrived in the country. Why is the Reaper back in the Bailey so soon? For what appears to be a mundane murder? That's the question the papers are asking, and they are all speculating various answers.
Mundane! Mundane is the most significant saga of the century to some of us.
Right? Oh dear.
I accidentally went a little, Takatsuchi there. I'm sorry.
Oh dear, I meant no offense, Mr. Natsume, but that is how the papers are describing it.
Well, let's we also forget the fact that it could spark an international incident. Obviously, the reappearance of this infamous prosecutor has caught people's attention. But there's another blatant similarity with the trial of 2 days ago.
Yes, I agree.
Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. It's you.
Oh dear. Me? Well, I suppose that's true.
Most times, it is you who stands against this legendary prosecutor. It can only mean that you're friends with the Reaper!
Risha wishes. Risha wishes! Look.
Ooh, sick burn.
Please! I don't rub shoulders with Deathbringers. I'm afraid that there's really only one other explanation. It can only be another example, Mr. Naruhodo, of your uncommon bad luck. Oh, thanks for that, yeah.
Bad luck's canon now.
Don't say that in front of the defendant, please. Like, God, we're already having a bad enough day.
Oh, my luck. Why must I be represented by a man with such frail fortune?
I can't help you with that answering that question, sir.
Why, the least lucky lawyer alive!
Oh my God. Maybe not the least, but like, we're close, right?
Pretty close. I know people who are less lucky, but I don't know people who are less lucky and also lawyers.
And also lawyers. That's really...
Like, I would bring up Phoenix Wright, but honestly, Phoenix Wright has excellent luck. Like, phenomenal.
He's doing his best. He's doing his best. Gosh. Like, we're just gonna make everyone think that we're a bum before we even get started, so it's fine. Thanks, Susato. Alright. Well, let's not forget that it was you, Mr. Natsume, who asked me to represent you. He forgot that part. He definitely forgot that part.
I forgot that part.
Yes, it's true that I'm just a student, new to London, with little in the way of experience or skills, or luck. But I promise you this. I will fight your corner until the bitter end, and I will believe in you, Mr. Natsume.
Oh, benevolent locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Esquire. You're not alone here with us, Mr. Natsume. Whatever happens, we will always be on your side.
Oh, benevolent non-locum assistant Miss Mikatoba Esquire.
Oh my God. Wow.
I am in your debt. I shall never forget this great kindness. Oh, frick, I couldn't read the rest of it. For as long as I live. I read it. We're good.
There we go.
I got it.
I'll be the bailiff.
I want to start being the bailiff. I want to be the bailiff.
Oh, you want to be the bailiff? Be the bailiff.
Mr. Natsume, counsel for the defense.
Oh, shit.
The court session is about to begin. Kindly make your way into the courtroom at once.
What if I don't wanna?
Then you lose.
What if once again, nuh-uh?
You can't argue no. The trial hasn't started yet.
Oh, sorry. I'm bad at this. That's why I'm a bad lawyer. All right then, Mr. Natsume. It's time. Let's go.
Yeah.
He's not okay, man.
Natsume is not having a good time in London.
He's not having a good life. I feel bad for him a little bit. Just a little
Look,
bit.
at least he'll overthrow Harn when he gets back.
Yeah. Good luck, sir. Good luck. Assuming we survive this, he can do whatever the hell he wants. He's going back to Japan, though. No way he's staying after this. All right. This is it. My second appearance in a British courtroom. And my second trial against the Reaper. Just quit calling him that. You're giving him power by giving him this name. You're giving him power. You're giving him power over you.
Yeah, give him a different name that has him have less power. I'm like the Worm.
The Noodle.
The Noodle.
The Noodle. Noodle Van
Chump.
Zeeks.
Noodle Fancy.
That's his name now.
That's his pasta store.
Oh no. That's what he was doing when he wasn't being a prosecutor. He was running a noodle store and it
The
failed.
past 5 years, he's ran a noodle store. It's like, I can't do this amount of money.
The pasta
I gotta
5
go
years.
back to law. The past 5 years.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave now. Huh. But you gotta put Kazuma on the screen. I hate this. I hope
He's
you're...
judging you for your pun.
He is judging me for my pun. I did it. I did it, Your Honor. I did it. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma.
Risha, how the heck?
What? How did you do that? How did you do
The
that?
noodle.
The noodle. Because this time, I won't let my faith waver. I'll believe in my client to the last. Just like you believed in me. I believe I can do this now. I'm ready for this fight. Are you? Oh, that just means...
You're not even in
terribly.
either of the 2 Ace Attorney games that care about pasta.
Well, guess we started it. Oh, is the game doing this
Discord.
thing?
Discord.
It's not Discord, it's the game!
Game.
Hold on, I'll save. God. Hold on. Options. Save. I can't believe this Discord issue I keep having, or this sound card issue I keep having. Okay. Back. Exit game. Don't save, we just saved. Yes. Alright, blank screen. Everybody just give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm
woo.
sorry. I am so done with it doing that audio thing. Sometimes it fixes itself, but it's not worth trying to, like, guess if it's gonna fix itself. You know? Capcom. There we go, loading. So annoying. I'm so sorry, guys. Maybe Discord will at least behave. I don't know. Oh, look, it changed to the courtroom. Press any key. Hello, game. Yes. Alright. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session.
I'm gonna need some optics.
Oh. It didn't restart it.
Those few frames. I'll take what I can get.
I gave it. I gave it. I gave you.
Thank you.
I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Are you Batman?
Prosecution is fully prepared, my lord.
He looks like
I'm
a bat.
Batman.
He looks like a bat. Like a bat.
It looks
with
like a
his little-
vampire, which looks like a bat.
With his little wing. Yeah, he does look like a vampire. You're so right. The defense is ready, my lord. Oh my
It takes
God.
a while until I figure out how to do voices at speed, especially for Van Zeeks, so we'll
Okay.
re-rev up the engine.
Oh, he mad. He real mad. He big mad.
The Nipponese are a truly fascinating breed.
I hate this man. Sorry, what?
Lord Strongheart has told me all about you.
Oh boy, that's just what we wanted. Just what we wanted and needed. Great.
A mention of dude chivalrous in this day. That you're a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago. A mere amateur.
And yet we kicked your ass. Imagine that.
And yet you kicked my butt.
Imagine. Do you have a point?
Yes, I do. Would you like to see it as I stab you? Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try to help the accused, I suppose. Typical Nipponese arrogance.
Okay, now the racism is back.
It never left.
That's
I was
true.
simply in another room.
That's true. So true. So true, bestie. So true. My bestie Van Zeeks. Haha, she's speaking up. Forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is an appropriate description. Susato-san. After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent. Oh, please. Please. Please.
Very true. And a most fascinating, if dark, trial it was too. The tragic conclusion came later, of course.
You!
Here's to the acquitted and his unfortunate violent end.
Why are you excited about this? Why are you acting like this? Why are you a horrible
Cheers.
person? Why does... Ugh. Insufferable is what this man is.
I only brought one glass. We're going to have to share.
Oh no. Indirect kiss. I hate this. Okay. Thank you, counsels. I see both sides are in fine fettle. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you ready to carry out your duties here in court as impartial members of the public? Oh, we get new jurors. Exciting. Oh no.
You never know when you might be down on your luck, but I believe in fair play for everyone.
Do you?
He's back!
Weren't you lying last time? Well, I must warn you, I'm rather more ruthless than I appear. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a peace-loving fellow.
No way. I'm afraid to... I don't even remember what voice to use for her. I don't even remember what voice I used for her.
You used maid. You used maid. That was the voice.
Okay, I guess so. I'm afraid to say I think it's quite possible that mustached foreigner did the deed.
That was exactly the voice you did.
Oh,
Come on, what are we waiting for? No doubt he did it anyway.
wait, am I reading this one?
I thought we were continuing the whole odd even
I guess
thing.
we can do that. I guess we can do that. Sorry? Didn't quite catch that. Great. This is gonna go great. Very well. Because that went so well. Let us proceed. Your opening statement, if you please, Lord Van Zeeks.
Oh boy, here we go. I gotta do voice lines. Very recently, Great Britain signed an alliance with a rising power in the Far East. The accused in the dock today is a student from that same land, a certain Mr. Soseki Natsume. And while our country has extended this foreign student the warmest of welcomes,
That was a great animation, actually.
regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. In fact, this student is accused of a most sinister act.
Please.
Of plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but walking down the street. Experience, those are the worst. Bloody oath they are.
I don't like you, dude. Just look at that sallow complexion and short stature. He's one of those dreadful Japanese. Oh my god, I hate you.
Come on, let's get this over with. With me now, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
You just... Sorry, didn't quite catch that.
Pray, forgive the discourtesy of smashing my hallowed chalice here in this great chamber.
How many hallowed chalices is this man hiding inside of his cloak?
I lied when I said I only brought 1 glass.
Liar. Such a liar.
Allow me to call the first witness to the stand.
I haven't even done my opening remarks, but okay. Very well. Bailiff, lead the inspector in, please. Oh my god, Inspector Fish and Chips.
Your name and occupation, please. Yes, sir.
Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard. Would you please summarize the events of the case for the court, Inspector? The victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of Olive Green.
Olive Green.
Olive Green.
Good God. I beg your pardon, Inspector. Thought to be?
Yes, having been stabbed in the back by her attacker's knife, the victim fell unconscious. That was 3 days ago now, and she's been comatose ever since.
Let's see.
Gotta remember how to do a good Gregson.
What? So they don't even know who she is for sure? Comatose, I see. But her life is not in danger.
Gotta go with the Inspector standard. Fortunately for the Eastern student, the charge will not be murder.
The charge is 1 bazillion pounds for your freaking chalice collection.
This is why my spaghetti shop failed. Pray, elaborate on the details, Inspector.
Oh my god.
Sir, if I could ask everyone to look at this street map.
Oh boy, time for a geography lesson.
Good puzzle music. As I mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago, at around 5 in the afternoon. It happened on the pavement running alongside Briar Road, a wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn vehicles. It had not long since stopped snowing as the victim, Miss Green, was walking down the street. Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back.
You're saying this like it's fact.
Luckily, the young lady's life was spared and she's currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals. But being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course.
How convenient.
I am just gradienting between too many different voices. I am struggling so much.
I'm sorry.
This is a case file with everything we know about the victim so far.
I'm gonna go read it in a second. Thank you, Inspector. The court will accept the documents as evidence, if you please. The case file has been added to the court record. Okay. We'll look at it in a minute.
What of the weapon was used?
Sir, I have that here. It was removed from the victim's back.
It's a pocket knife? Oh, it's a big pocket knife. Okay. I guess it's
Like a
just
common or
switchblade.
garden knife.
Ouch. That big thing is starting to make me scared to walk down the street now. With a heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab the poor woman. Even the scragged-looking Soseki-san, I suppose. A common or garden jackknife, I would say. Rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The court accepts the blade as evidence. Okay. Now then, what do we know of the motive? Money or valuables, I presume?
From what we can tell by looking at the woman's possessions, it seems like she's a poor student herself. Hard to imagine she would have had anything much worth pinching, my lord.
I see. Well, in that case, are we looking at some deep-seated resentment toward the victim?
I'm afraid I couldn't say.
Yeah, because she's unconscious.
Apart from visiting secondhand bookshops, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, we haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim.
None, you say? None whatsoever, you say?
Well, except for the physical connection when he stabbed the lady.
I mean... Yes! That's us. Why are we talking? Why are we talking? We shouldn't talk right now. It's fine. If theft and grievance had been ruled out as the motive, what reason could Mr. Natsume possibly have had for stabbing the young woman? Yet you arrested the man in spite of that, in a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way.
Oh, that's like a reasonable complaint.
Objection. Oh my god.
Pray, forgive the discourtesy of flinging a freshly uncorked bottle into the public gallery.
I cannot forgive the discourtesy, but thank you for trying.
You're supposed.
Do you think the lining of his cape was like white to begin with and he just spilled so much wine on it that now it's red?
Like he just carries it around and like it like jostles in his under his coat and
Sloshes a little bit.
maybe like breaks sometimes because he gets angry and he needs to break it real quick. So he just like hits himself on the side of the like waist to break one.
You are so right. This man has anger issues. You are so right.
But your words have soured its hallowed bouquet.
Oh my god, cry more. The point.
For it is you, my learned friend, who is being heavy-handed here.
Am I? What? Oh, come on, game.
It seems to be being a problem.
It's a big problem, and I don't know why it's doing it. It's making me crazy. Let me see if... Hold on. Let me... Hold on. Options. Save.
Maybe if we communicated through a system that isn't Discord.
I don't know how to...
Like, what if I just...
Exit game. Exit game. Don't save. I'm hoping it will chill out. Yes, I want to quit the game and reopen it. I don't have much of a choice here. Discord. Discord, please be a friend. Sorry for the delays. It's doing it like every 20 minutes. What the heck? hoping it'll chill out.
Truly, we are experiencing inconveniences of some kind.
I'm so sorry. Okay. Come on, game. Let me back in. All right, there we go. Oh wait, you need the screen.
Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question. Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony.
He wasn't there!
Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary came to arrest the Nipponi student.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sure.
I'm Inspector Gregson, and I'm giving witness testimony.
Here we go. Mr. Natsume's arrest.
As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred. There was an unusually light fog. Visibility was reasonably good, and there was no one else about but the victim and the accused. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor.
The floor.
Those being a number of old books he just bought. He was on his way home from a bookshop, it seems.
Why would anyone who just bought a bunch of books randomly stab someone and then drop them and flee? Like, this makes no sense.
It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to, and we found the bloke to arrest him.
Okay, we're gonna look at some evidence after this. Old books, you say?
Yes, my lord. I have a photograph here of the scene of the crime, taken immediately after the incident.
This is going in the court record too. Ah, yes. I can clearly see the books to which you are referring.
3 of them.
I will take that photographic print as evidence, please, Inspector. Okay.
You Nipponese are a spineless breed, too cowardly to admit defeat. Denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary.
Well, Forgive me, Lord Van Zeeks, but the defendant is not denying everything, as you put it. What are you doing, Miss Susato? Do go on. Mr. Natsume has admitted to playing some part in the incident. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, now you mention it. When we visited him in the prison yesterday, he did tell us what had happened. What had all happened.
As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman, wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold hard slabs of stone at my feet. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. Green overcoat. Well, that's exactly what the woman in the print is wearing.
Yes, and? What's your point? What's your point? Oh my, a photographic print in full color. What will the world come up with next? Oh my god, silly. The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean that he's guilty of the heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back. Get wrecked.
There was nobody else there at the time. Just the two of them, the victim and the accused.
Maybe you were there.
In other words, there is nobody else who could possibly have stabbed the woman.
I feel like this game is going to conclude in a chase scene, and I don't know how to explain why I feel that way. But I feel like, inexplicably, despite basically being a visual novel, this game is going to end in a chase scene.
Are we going to try and chase down the culprit?
I don't know.
Fact is that the accused concedes.
Ugh. Okay, Judgy Wudgy. It seems this cross-examination could prove to be pivotal, counsel. Proceed, please. Oh, God. Yes,
we gotta.
my lord. Nothing for it. I have to use this cross-examination to turn the tables here. It's our only chance.
You got time to cross.
Examination. All right, but before we do that, let's look at the court record.
We got plenty of evidence.
We got lots of
like
stuff
at
to
least
look at.
6.
We got stuff to look at. Magnifying glass. There's a. Just. That's all we got, huh? Okay. Back.
We got a map.
And a map. Secondhand book receipt. Examine. Okay, 2 shillings tendered, okay? Your books at 4:45 p.m., okay? Got it. Okay. Young woman rendered unconscious following a stab wound to the back. Olive green female, stout build, early 20s. Location, pavement of Briar Road, East Side. Reporting officer, Rolly Beat. The victim remains unconscious. Her name was gleaned from her personal effects. Other details are unknown. Apart from the single stab wound from the large knife, no other signs of injury were observed. The assailant was seen running away by the reporting officer and was successfully arrested the following day. Okay. Knife. Examine.
Pianui!
Hi, Pianui! How's it going?
Hello! We're examining a knife.
We're looking at a knife. Let's go. Oh, we opened it. It's blunt. The tip is broken off. Oh, that just closes it. Open it again.
We figured out how to operate a knife.
Why is the
Pretty
tip
good
broken?
technology.
The tip is broken off, yeah. Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo, just at the tip. A small piece of the blade appears to be missing. You're right. Well spotted, Miss Susato. This will be pivotal, I'm sure. I wonder what could have happened to it.
You're very correct about that lying. Also, hello, welcome.
More crime investigation, more people handicapping the prosecutor by lying. Definitely people will be lying, but who will they be hurting? We don't know.
Yeah.
Yes. You don't think it could still be lodged in the victim, do you?
Ooh.
Oh dear, I do hope not. That sounds terribly painful.
That is supremely oofed.
It is a big oof. Is there any other part of this that we can inspect? Turn it round. Just the tip here and the closey bit.
It's a knife.
It's
That's
a
all there
knife.
is to really say on the matter.
Anything on this side? Anything on this side? Nothing sus. Nothing suspicious. Okay, that is a knife. And lastly, our photograph of the victim just after the scene of the crime, just after the incident, apparently.
Yep, looks like a victim.
Looks like a victim. I see a book, and a book, and another book, and a knife. Okay.
A legendary Knifa. I'm doing all right. We're getting technical problems occasionally, and so I'm paranoid that there will be more. But aside from that, things are going good.
I am hopeful that they will stop. I am just being as hopeful as possible that they will stop. I'm sorry. But I'm doing good, Pianui. Thank you for asking. I'm having a crazy day, but that's okay. Van Zeeks wouldn't bring the cases to court if he knew his evidence was on shaky ground. Correct. People. Oh, we have so many people this time around. Oh, she is in attendance today as a member of the jury, so she's not biased at all. Oh, Van Zeeks. I see. Okay, back. Cool. We're gonna press every single statement and pray.
Press it all.
Press and pray. That's my strategy.
We will get full intel, full knowledge.
An unusually light fog. I'm not sure what information we could possibly get from this statement, but I'm gonna press it anyway. We're gonna hold it repeatedly. A light fog. I thought it might be the fog. A light fog, you say?
Well, like for London, you could see the opposite side of the street for once. Not much farther, though.
That's light, is it?
The Industrial Revolution's done a number on us. Around these parts, yes. Not something I'd expect a Japanese fella like yourself to know, of course.
I've read that London is famous for its fog. But in my country, people usually imagine that gives the city a rather beautiful appearance.
How quaint.
You, sir, are racist AF.
Yes, well, it's not something us Londoners tend to romanticize, as I expect you can appreciate.
Ah, I see. That's it.
At this time of year, the fog causes a large number of accidents, especially when it's heavy. Sometimes you can't even see your own hand at the end of your arm.
Indeed. The other day I was very nearly trampled by horses before I could see the carriage they were pulling.
Did you see them?
Ugh, Susato-san and I should definitely remember to stop, look, and listen.
However, on the day that concerns us, the fog was somewhat lighter than usual. A fact no doubt lamented by the accused.
You can't just stare off into space and say shit like that. You can't do it. Visibility was reasonably good. Okay, press. Hold it! Sure, why not? How were you able to state that with any certainty?
Quite simply, my learned friend, because that is what the witnesses to the crime have told us.
Okay. Ah, yes. Inspector Gregson mentioned the witnesses yesterday, didn't he? That's right. One of them is a policeman, I believe, from Scotland Yard.
That is correct, ma'am.
Tiny slap. Then we must hear their testimony. You're getting ahead of yourself, son. Don't make us look bad.
The prosecution will of course call them to the stand, should it be necessary.
Wow. But wait a minute. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, in the middle of winter, it would have been dark already. No matter how light the fog might have been, no one could have seen.
I'm unaware of the situation on your tiny island in the east. But racism.
But racism.
But here in the capital city of Great Britain, All main roads are illuminated in the night by gas street lights.
Ah.
The prosecution believes there would have been ample light by which to witness the crime.
Okay. Quite. Here in London, for the first time in history, mankind has completely conquered the darkness. Okay, calm down, son.
Light pollution has finally been invented.
Yay! Wait, not yet. Which means we really need to hear those witness statements. If I could just get through the fog of this cross-examination, maybe we'll be able to.
The problem with yay is that you can't un-yay. Because if you try and like reverse your yay, it still sounds like you're saying yay. Like it's a monopole of a word.
Mm-hmm.
You can only yay. You'd have to counteract it with like a thing of an opposite pH level. But like you can't just un-yay directly. You need like an anti-agent for that. Gotta reagent that sucker. Gotta do alchemy on your linguist.
It seems the counsel for the defense is taking stock. Continue with your testimony, Inspector.
Ad break? Rude.
It seems that the ad break is running.
It is upon us.
It is. There it is. I see it. I witnessed it. It's
upon
happening.
us.
I have a confession to make. I have nothing prepared.
That's okay. We can just talk about how much I need to slap Van Zeeks.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. How much do you need to
really-
slap Van Zeek?
I need to slap him so much that I want to steal one of his little gauntlets, right? His little glove business, and smack him across the face with it. That's how much I want to just smack the man. Because when he is not being obtuse, he's being racist. And when he's not being obtuse or racist, he's throwing wine at people. Like, hello? What's the point? What's the point in being like that, right? Like, and also, his little cravat there, his little jabot there, jabot, whatever, it does not match the rest of the whites in his outfit.
These are harsh
class.
criticisms you are fielding.
Low class. Low class?
You're calling a British noble low class.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm calling him out. Calling him
They
out.
definitely don't match the gloves, and I don't like that.
They don't match the gloves and they don't match the undershirt. Not attacking a man for his fit. Indeed, I am. And I will continue to do so because he keeps throwing fits.
The defense calls an objection to form. The prosecution's fit is mid.
That fit is mid. Gosh. I just think fair proceed. Okay. All right, Risha. Your man is a troublemaker. Why do you even like him? Why
That's
is your
a question,
taste
isn't
such
it?
garbage in this game? I thought I knew you, but your taste is garbage. You plead the fifth, I plead the filth. He's disgusting. He's got like jaundice. Look at his face. It's ashy gray and yellow. He's got jaundice.
Oh my goodness.
Like, this man has diet problems. All he does is drink wine. He probably has no, this man, he probably needs like somebody to take care of him. He needs a wife or something. But who would marry this bullshit? Nobody. 0 people in this courtroom would marry this man. I will say though, he's a little sus about Susato. He's a little sus about Susato. I will say that. I just don't you make a little X face at me, Risha. You're the one with bad taste, not me. I like Kazuma. He can't fuck up. He's dead.
The ad break has been over for several minutes.
I don't care. Kazuma can do no wrong because he dead. You see.
Hi, Lark.
Hi, Lark. How's it going? Would you like to defend Van Zeeks? Because we have Van Zeeks likers in here for unknown reasons.
On a warpath.
I am done with this motherfucker. Okay. I am done with this mother. Okay. He's probably a mama's boy. I look at him. He is so stuffy. He throws fits. He is a mama's boy. I guarantee you that. He is a mama's boy. And not in like, gosh, I'm gonna buy my mom some flowers way, but in a like, he probably doesn't know how to cook. Right? He dresses himself like this, but he has like one outfit. He doesn't have the excuse we have that we were a stowaway on a ship from Japan. Of course we only have one outfit. Van Zeeks is like, I wake up every day and I dress like this. Don't cut yourself on that edge. God. Okay, anyway.
It's not healthy for me to be laughing this much. I just got back.
We're back to the out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind. Great. Awesome. Press. Why not? Let's just fuck everything up. It's great. From behind. Yes, he did say that. From behind, you say?
I'm
yes,
all laughed out. I'm not allocating any amount of Haas to this.
No amount of Haas. In orange, exactly. That's right. Oh wait, it's you.
You can't. You can still talk.
I can't. No, I can't.
Actually, maybe I can. I'm still laughing. That's right. As you can see from this print.
That we suddenly have color photography in Great Britain in the 1890s. Yes, quite so, Inspector. The handle of the weapon is clearly protruding from the victim's back. And you say this poor woman, Miss Green, remains in a critical condition, comatose no less. Uh-huh.
Right so, my lord, yes. She's been treated at Bart's.
At Bart's.
At St. Bartholomew's. I was hopeful that she'd come around before the trial started so I could take a statement, but it wasn't to be.
Well, darn.
Way to be Shakespearean about this.
Right. Yes, that is indeed a pity. She's gonna wake up and tell us who did it. It would have been most illuminating to hear the victim's own account of events.
Luck is on your client's side, it seems.
Quit making us look weird! On the contrary, my client has been exceedingly unlucky. Wow.
Good for him. Your force of tone is seriously undermined by those disturbingly wide eyes, I'm afraid.
Wow. Not only are you racist, you're also just saying rude things about people's appearance. I may have done that a few moments ago and disparaged you, good sir, but you deserved it. Because you're a jerk. Ugh. Yep. That was all that served to, yep. Hold it! We're getting nothing out of this. Mr. Natsume's belongings.
I think you'll find it's all there in the photographic print of the crime scene.
We are fumbling. Yes, the 3 books on the floor. It's not the floor, it's the ground. I don't know how to tell you guys this. That is driving me crazy. Sorry.
That's right, my lord. Second-hand books they were. Irreparably damaged after falling in the snow, of course. The accused could easily have carried all 3 books in one hand.
I see. Because he wasn't hiding wine and a goblet, a chalice, excuse me, a hallowed chalice in his hands, sir?
Which means...
Oh, because he's like, his hands weren't full, he could have stabbed. Okay. Thanks. Great.
his other hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example.
For example. He's just giving a random example now. Now, don't read into it.
Very true, very true. He could have been wielding a gun instead.
A gun. Yes, indeed. A gun blade. A knife gun.
Could have shot someone to steal their knife to then stab the victim.
I don't know. He's very clever, isn't he? Ooh, Susato! Everybody up in here is like, oh yeah, Ryunosuke and Van Zeeks, yeah, we're gonna have this rival energy. And I'm like, Susato is his real rival, don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you get started
That's the secret. That's the secret pairing.
It is! When they had that line in the first trial in England, right? That first little interaction they had, I was like, oh no. Oh no. I was. What do you mean? He's made it extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsume had his hands full with his books. He's managed to close the one avenue of escape we might have had before we even knew it was there. You mean to say that the defendant was holding his belongings as he thrust the knife into the woman's back?
That must be what happened, my lord, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that went well. Hold it, press. Why the fuck not? The defendant apparently visits a secondhand bookshop on a daily basis. That's why he had 50,000 books in his room.
Yes, so I understand. A shop full of old English literature. I commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of his scholarly attention.
Wow, you
What
are
the
so... You are so...
The books room was stacked floor to ceiling with those musty old books.
Can you tell us some more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector?
Well, if I must, I'll have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid.
Oh, I love
Oh,
maps.
we gotta look at a map?
The map again?
The map again! There it is! The closest second-hand bookshop to the accused's lodgings is this place here, Orban Books. A little place on the corner of Briar Road and Mearsham Street. As it happens, the accused is currently living in lodgings on the other side of Briar Road at the opposite end.
It's not that far.
Which means it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home.
Come on.
Something like this.
Oh, the map's information has been updated. Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to accept that I'm never gonna have a consistent voice for Gregson.
It's fine. Just make it up as you go along like I do. It serves us fine. Yes, I concur with your conclusion, Inspector. The defendant would certainly have passed the scene of the crime on his way home from that particular shop. At no point have we denied that he was at the scene. At no point. Mr. Naruhodo, I think that what the inspector just told us could turn out to be of vital importance. Yes, I agree. The most important point that the inspector just made being... Huh. The bookshop's location? Because the bookshop's name doesn't mean anything. The stock, I'm thinking... Old books has nothing to do with a crime, so... Unless... They would... No? Because see, at no point is he denying... I'm gonna go with the location. The crucial detail in what you've just told the court inspector is the location of the bookshop.
Couldn't agree more.
I want fish and chips now. Every week, because of this man, I want fish and chips. So, where is it exactly? He showed us on the map, my dude.
Eh? How do you wanted me up, Sunshine? I just explained that. I got the map out and everything. Use red, blue, and ink. And you're the blokes route home for you.
And I distinctly remember seeing you nod along, Counsel. Oh god, are we wrong? What is going on here? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I must have been so nervous I didn't take it in. Oh god.
The blunder of the day goes to you, my learned friend.
Wow. No, no, not yet. The trial's only just begun, after all. Mr. Naruhodo, I would strongly advise you to look carefully through the court record at this stage. Yes, miss. At once, miss. Sorry I made a mistake, miss. Alright, court record.
Inspector, continue with your testimony, please.
Okay, so we're checking the court record again, and what we have is the map, right? Which, here's the crime. Here's where he lives. Wouldn't he have walked on the other side of the street? Like, what if he walked on the other side of the street? I'm just saying.
I mean, you could be just saying that.
I could be just saying that. I could be just saying that. It's true.
That could be what you're saying right now.
I don't know what to do here. Okay, Fanzeeks.
Did I say this line or not? I don't remember.
No, because
Okay.
I went right to the court record.
Sorry, I'm being distracted by attacks.
Oh no.
Inspector, continue with your testimony, please.
Please don't start over. Ah, see, okay. This is the part. It's like, didn't we find, hold on. I'm gonna press here, but didn't we find like a receipt or something somewhere? Am I remembering that wrong? I might be remembering that wrong.
I mean, there's a court record we could look at.
No, I can't right now. I have
Yeah,
to
you
press
can.
first. What?
You can look at it whenever you want.
If I go to present,
Just don't hit the present button once
I'm
you
not
once
smart
you
enough to
present
not
it.
hit it.
Just don't press R.
Look, here's the receipt. Examine. From your books. I'm stupid. Go back. What if I go back to a save point?
Why?
Because the most important thing about what the detective said was the name of the bookshop, not the
Okay,
location.
Then press left.
Oh, wait. And go back to the previous line and do that again, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Press again? Or do I present? I'm gonna press again.
Hold it!
I want another opportunity to answer the question. Chat. Good thing I remembered the receipt from last week. Bookshop's name! There you go.
All right.
Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor?
What?
Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance.
Maybe.
Oh, well, you know, I mean, yes, it could be a very important clue. Very well, not that I can see it being of any great significance.
Loving the confidence there, Inosuke.
But please revise your testimony accordingly, Inspector.
Yes, sir, my lord. Whatever you say.
Whatever you say. Could the man be any more sardonic? I mean, he could if he tried. New statement.
He was on his way home from Bourbon Books, a secondhand bookshop he apparently patronizes.
So this was just a revision of the same line. So we already pressed this one, we can't press it again. We could present the receipt.
Seems pretty evidency.
Yeah. Should we press the last statement first, though? I guess not.
I think we know the way forward. We found what we were looking for.
Present this bad boy.
First present of the day.
Let's go! Objection.
Meet Imperial Justice.
If I could just stop you there, Inspector Gregson.
What is it, Sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know.
This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of 3 secondhand books.
3 of them. And you found that in the accused's room, did you?
Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it.
Go on.
I don't think you mean that, Vinzeeks. This receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books. Your Books? Y-O-R-E, I presume. Yes, my lord. So Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase a number of books at a secondhand bookshop that day. However, the bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books.
What?
Inspector, do you know of this other bookshop? This is gonna bite us on the ass.
Yes, sir. Your Books is another secondhand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just well, it's such a small place, I didn't think the accused would have known about it.
Wow, rude.
Objection!
Objection! But in fact, that is the bookshop which the defendant visited on the day in question. And this receipt proves it.
Objection!
Object to you!
Yes, what difference it makes.
I hate you.
Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis.
In orange.
The orange analysis.
I disagree. I mean, after all, I have the street map here if that might be of help. Oh, yes, thank you. Have a look at this, please. If the defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books, then yes, he would almost certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. This is a terrible line of... Okay. However, if we take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookshop, Your Books, it may very well turn out that he wouldn't have passed that location at all.
Could that be true?
My, it rather depends on where this other bookshop is, but I do declare it may be a possibility.
Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir? What you just said?
Absolutely. It absolutely could be right. Oh no, that certainty needs to come back, sir. Chit-chat, chit-chat, chit-chat. Inspector Gregson, where is this Your Books establishment?
Well, obviously we looked into that. Turns out that Your Books...
This is gonna be bad news. I swear to God.
is just here on the next corner of Mearsham Street, going east.
The local maps information has been updated. Let's go! It doesn't help us much. And there you have it, as you can clearly see now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh God, no, 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 no.
My learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a clown, the way he regards us with such witticisms.
I hate you.
To your future career in the circus.
Hate you! Ah, Susato hates you too! Let's go! Ugh, you put that glass down now or I'll put it down for you.
Would you care for a drink, man?
No! Smash it on his face.
I didn't think I need to spell it out, but here we go. If the accused was coming home from Your Books instead of Bourbon Books, there's no doubt he still would have passed the place where the victim was stabbed.
Yes, thank you, Inspector. Ah, God, we're failing miserably. We're failing miserably. You fuck off.
Allow me to reiterate for my learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponese friend.
Don't call me friend. We are not your friend.
Ah. Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. In orange.
The orange final analysis.
I will pour so much wine in this courtroom that the orange turns red.
No! No! No, you are not allowed. As I suspected, you can't fool me, and I don't suggest you try.
What did I say, eh? I've had enough of this now.
Beg your pardon? Terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that? Well, you know, he's on our side. Mr. Naruhodo, we mustn't give up. What? What do you mean? If the prosecution's assertion is correct, the members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty. Ah, she's absolutely right. We must think. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. Oh god. Oh god. No. They claim Soseki-san must have passed the location of the incident on his way home from your books, but okay, hear me out.
I'm listening.
They found his books there. We need to know the names of the books in the picture. And if they match the ones on the receipt. But he already said he was there. So why should we object? Like, won't that just make the jury not be on our side? When he already admitted he was there? You know? Am I crazy? Am I missing the point of this game?
I don't think you're crazy.
I can't think of why to object. I could object and say he could have gone the other way. Like, that's possible, right? I could be like, there's reasonable doubt. That's the only thing I can see. It's the only thing we have going for us, is the reasonable doubt.
I think the problem in this case is that what we're afraid of right now is the jury. So if we're making a little bit of a less than logical argument for the moment, just to stall for time, that might be to our advantage.
So object anyway?
I think it's. I think it might work.
Okay, here we go.
Well, we can't just leave it. Then.
But
I
I only
the prosecution what they want.
I only get 5 strikes and then I lose.
There's only 2 options here.
Fuck it. No, hold on. We save, homies. We save. And that is how we do it. We save scum. It's fine. Fine, let's object. The assertion just made by the prosecution is somehow, please explain to me how, fundamentally flawed. Okay. Sure. Let's go. Van Zeeks is not impressed with me. Cool. Normal. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. Oh, God. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from your books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the 2 places. The defendant used these streets. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked.
Objection!
It's gonna go great.
Getting back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that
Yep. Say it.
that route is what was commonly referred to as the long way round.
The long way round in orange. Ah. And Natsume doesn't like people. Like, he doesn't like people. Why would he go where there are more people? He would
Especially
go the
considering
long
it's
way.
February. It's a British winter. I think your priority is getting home as fast as possible.
Oh.
On a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take a longer route home?
I don't like that you're on Van Zeeks' side.
I'm not on Van Zeeks' side.
You
I'm
are.
on the logic.
I don't like it.
I'm-
You get on his side one more time and we're gonna have to rethink this Wednesday arrangement.
no, no. I didn't realize the stakes were so high for me.
The stakes are very high.
Oh no! I'm being fired. I won all these Oscars, and I'm being
You're being
fired
fired
for
because
it.
you brought logic into my holy courtroom.
No.
Well,
The answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, The accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings and is the obvious perpetrator of this crime.
Objection!
Objection! But! Okay, that's fine. Aha! Yes, I've got it. Oh yes, this confidence. We love to see you floundering, sir. Obviously, one must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home.
I have already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning.
I hate you.
He claims he has no recollection.
Ha.
That's right. As I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside, wandering aimlessly from A to B.
Then why would he have taken the short way home?
That day was no exception. He says he doesn't remember where he was or which route he took home.
Oh my god, this is the worst
I got
trial.
name dropped.
This is the worst trial. You did. I don't believe this!
Lol wrecked.
Bow at me.
I thank you, my learned friend, for
Um,
getting so thoroughly trounced. And suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. Pray, what say you, insightful jurors?
I knew we shouldn't have objected. I hate this. But even if that is the case, the defense still, Oh no, here we go.
I agree with Lord Van Zix.
Of course you do.
Wholeheartedly and in every way.
Oh my god, we just lost this trial. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean?
We members of the jury are completely convinced now. Oh, we're still on the A side.
Very well. In that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court. We just got here.
Guilty!
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Had voices for 1 second. They had voices. Wow. F us, I guess. It would appear the jury's leaning is unanimous. This is going great.
To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You serve Queen and country admirably.
Oh, fuck you. Mr. Naruhodo, I'm gonna walk over there and slap this man. No, not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. I have to tip the balance of those scales the other way. I have to turn this around. Somehow.
Those are the eyes of Corey not yet willing to give up.
Quit trying to kill people in the courtroom! I know that's your shtick, but like, Jesus. We're not giving up.
So, I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial.
Absolutely.
Rights of the defense written into antiquated British law that should have been buried long ago.
Bet your bibby. Call it antiquated if you will. But it's the defense's prerogative to carry out a summation examination if it so chooses.
I should have killed that law before I came into court today. Of all the things to murder, and it was this random lady on the street.
Yeah, you know what? Van Zeeks did it. I know now. Van Zeeks did it because he's racist.
Just preliminarily, we can just assume Van Zeeks did every single crime until proven otherwise.
You know, he hasn't been put in front of the jury, but I would say that's pretty accurate. He probably committed every crime. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Probably
well,
killed
counsel.
McGilded. He probably killed Wilson.
from overseas, no less.
Yeah. He just went oogly boo and he fell over with a heart attack or something.
He just thought about it real hard.
He did.
In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with a summation examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman?
Of course we're ready.
You're just biased because we were mean to you last time because you were a liar.
And may have also been the murderer.
And may have also been the murderer, yeah.
I'm all too familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his oinkus refusal to throw in his alley.
Use real words, please, sir. Very well, then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna need a dang snack before this. Judicial findings. Okay.
We're about to find out.
I am not ready. The jurors' contentions.
For pity's sake, the little Nipponese oddity already admitted it himself, didn't he?
He did say he was there. If he said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, why, it can only have been the victim.
A man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, not in winter.
So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful.
I really don't care. Can we just wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing.
Wow. Your books? Yes. Nice shot, that. But bourbon books? No, not worth a visit. This is what you give me to work with? This is what you give me to work with? Two of those jurors are just fucking around. With only minor exceptions, the reasons for finding the defendant guilty are all too clear.
Sorry. When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes.
Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene.
I mean, it might not have been her. Natsume's not the most reliable of a descriptor of things. He could have just saw like a random watermelon fall to the ground.
Hi, Adley. Hi, she was in green. She was in a green
She was.
overcoat. I must say I would have ample grounds to convict this man already. Oh dear, even the judge appears convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt now. Great. Ugh, why did he have to run away like that? And how are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody could see?
That was olive green.
This is impossible. How can I possibly make a case for the defense? Mr. Naruhodo, this is no time for grumbling. If we want to force the trial to continue... Yes, I know. I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their minds.
The tide turner.
Well, 4 of them at least.
Classic. Team Fortress 2 trimping tool.
Exactly. All right, here we go. We have no choice but to forge forward.
We gotta charge up the staircase on the left side of High Tower. It's the only way to get to the cart in time.
You have the floor, counsel. Begin your summation examination.
Ah, but is it a sloped floor?
Yes, my lord. I hate
They need
this.
it for trim. I'm sorry. I'm just going on a very, very stubborn tangent to Team Fortress 2 physics.
Yeah. That's fine, though. It's fine. I just need to keep this trial going somehow. Whatever it takes. Come on, Runosuke, you can do it! Can I? Oh, God. This is... God.
It's time to take a stand and
Jury
charge.
examination!
You've got to have Satoichi and everything.
The defense's rebuttal. Okay, and Craigson's in the corner with his fish and chips.
He's just looking. He was just looking. He's like, this ought to be good.
I will press every single juror. Even though I probably shouldn't press this one. But you're racist. That's all I gotta say. So...
He can't be racist. He's a city banker.
I feel like... this one might be important. I'm gonna press all these, don't worry about it.
You're trying to find like a priority target to press, maybe?
Yep. This one and this one, maybe? You are not a help, and you are also not a help. Time to press every juror. Okay, here we go. Please don't let this bite me on the butt.
Hold it!
Press! Excuse me, but aren't you? Put some doubt. Put some doubt.
Yes, that's right. I was in the witness stand myself just 2 days ago.
Yes, I had a feeling I knew your face. Or the side of it, anyway.
Yeah, he does look to the right a
Wow.
lot.
If I remember correctly, you're a banker, aren't you?
I gotta be in good profiles when they put my face on a coin. That's right. After the gold rush down under, I came back to London to work. There was an Australian gold rush?
Think so?
Well, that would make sense. It was all going swimmingly until you started frolicking around. Bruce Fairplay was a man of repute.
Sorry?
Don't think I've forgotten how you treated me the other day.
So you're biased.
You had me and that young Hannah pegged as criminals. Oh, there was an Australian gold rush between 1850 and 1910.
Nice.
Fantastic. We're learning history.
We are. And giving ourselves a little bit more of a timetable.
Oh.
Oh,
This-
well, you know, water under the bridge. What about it?
Now there's all sorts of rumors buzzing around. And the police have been badgering me nonstop.
If I could turn back the clock.
Well, anyway, I don't know about the Hatter, but at least I'm in the clear now.
Are you?
And free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who isn't.
You're just mad at me. Huh. Thank goodness. Alright, maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind, given our awkward history. Oh dear. I wonder what's become of Mr. First now. Press. Oops, I hit the wrong button.
Hold it!
It's fine, hold it. You're right that at the time of the incident, the defendant admits to having seen someone wearing a green overcoat walking ahead of him. Well, quite. That's precisely my point. Clearly that someone wearing green was the victim. And clearly that funny little Nipponese man with the disturbing mustache is the culprit. But let us not forget, madam, The defendant vehemently denies attacking the woman. Why, of course he does. If he admits to stabbing her, his life is over. The man is obviously a liver-faced coward, honestly, claiming the woman simply collapsed before his eyes. But if that's a lie, as you're suggesting, do you not think he would have concocted something more credible? Oh, I really couldn't say. After all, you are foreign. Who's to say what goes through your funny little minds? God to racism!
Wow.
I can tell you what's going through my funny little mind right now, but you wouldn't like it. I do declare the man has already made the admission. He himself has stated that there was nobody else around. Surely the conclusion is obvious. No one else could possibly have committed this awful crime. Ugh. If no one else could have done it, the accused must be the man. Really, it couldn't be more simple. Your argument is compelling in its simplicity, I must admit. Is it? Oh my, you are too kind, my lord. That went well for her. Okay.
Hold it!
Hate this. But you can't deny that there are other routes Mr. Natsume could have taken back from your books.
Oh, yes, like you drew on the map, you mean? What was it? Calabash Road or something?
Precisely. Oh, this is about to bite us on the ass.
But it seems to me that what counts is whether the little Japanese fellow actually went that way or not.
Well, yes, that's true.
And at the moment, there's no proof that shows he did, is there?
No, he said he didn't.
No
Well-
proof.
Yes, that's true as well.
And as I understand it, the accused himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he?
Yeah, he went in orange. Well, yes, that's annoyingly true.
Winter nights are dark and cold, so the way I see it, you'd want to get home as quickly as possible.
Well, yes. Why is all this true?
But really, the only thing that makes sense is that he went home along Briar Road.
Ugh, I'm supposed to be convincing you here.
I've given a lot of thought, you know. I didn't just make up my mind on a whim that he did it. I mean, if there was some logical reason why I might have gone the Calabash Roadway, it'd be different. You know, I
Because
respect this guy. He's, like, at least level-headed.
Yeah. I was thinking, too, they said that Briar Road was a large roadway for, like, horses?
True.
So, like, wouldn't it make sense to not go that way if you're used to the fog? I don't know. I'm just thinking.
I think that only comes into play in regards to crossing the road from one side of the street to the other. And no matter which way he went, he'd have to do that.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'd be happy to reconsider my position in that case. Honest, I would.
A reason why Soseki-san might have taken the longer way home. Yes, a good reason. I don't imagine you'll be able to sway this young man's opinion without one.
Hold it!
Whatever is the matter, young man? You're the wife of Mr. Garadeb, aren't you? The landlord who rents Mr. Natsume his room. The master's wife? Where did you get your ideas, sir? I'm the maid. The maid, you understand. She's keeping up that charade? Ugh, this is going to be awkward. Why didn't you mention this yesterday? That you'd been selected for the jury in this trial, I mean. Well, I was told not to mention it to anyone until the day of the trial, you see. It was in the letter I received. The instructions were very clear, so I'm afraid I had no choice. I see. Anyway, Mr. Natsume, the defendant, takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he? Yes, that's right. Although he's only been in a little over a week now. And in that time, surely you must have taken stock of his character. Oh no, no, this is the wrong, no.
No, it's good.
Oh no. Oh, this is going nowhere. Cool. Does Mr. Natsume look like the kind of man who would commit a crime such as this?
Oh, she's gonna say yes.
Oh my goodness me, yes, he's just the sort. What? Spending all his time in that dark and dingy room, sporting that unscrupulous mustache. The man never speaks, and don't get me started on those shifty eyes. All the neighbors are talking about him. I've heard them, you know. People think he must be building a bomb in there or something. Really? Are you serious? Oh dear, poor Mr. Natsume. How could people say such things about him? He's just a harmless bookworm, nothing more. Well, you just called him a worm, so... Anyway, I'd better be careful about inviting this maid to speak. She's said enough damning things already. Now this guy. He doesn't care, so we're gonna press.
Hold it!
A man's life is on the line here, sir. This will take as long as it takes.
Don't get clever with me now, son. My life's on the line too, and so is my family's.
Ah.
Alexa, you wouldn't understand, but a laborer like me can't afford to take time off. If I don't work, I don't eat, and neither do the wife and kids.
Oh, I see. That must be very hard.
I go to the union every morning to find out what needs doing. If you're late and the work's taken, it's tough. This time of year, there's water and gas supply pipes bursting left, right, and center. They're after cheap labor to get the roads dug up to fix it. It's a hard slog from dawn to dusk, it is.
So, you were out digging up the roads on the day of the incident as well, were you?
That's right. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just around the corner from where it all happened. By that old bookshop it was.
What? Another coincidence?
That's right. Meersham Street it was.
Oh ho! So he couldn't have taken Meersham Street. Meersham Street? On the map, Mr. Naruhodo, there are only 3 named streets. Juror number 5, I need you to add that information to your formal statement, please.
What's the point in that? Can we just get this business over with now?
Please, sir, it's important.
Fine, I'll do it then. On the day it happened, I was digging up Meersham Street from dawn till dusk.
Guess what? We're gonna pit him against somebody. Alright. I will press this, but I already know what I want to do. Sorry. Fold it, you say? Fold what? No. What I said was hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your books often? I like the old books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of old tea. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day. including the day you're all talking about. And at what time did you visit your books on the day in question? Well, I was picking out books in there all afternoon, and it would have been just before 5 that I left. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about, which you already said. Just before 5, you say. Exactly when the victim was attacked. Exactly. Are you sure about the time? Oh yes, no mistake there. I remember it well. I'm not about to forget that day in a hurry. Not after the dreadful time I had. What do you mean? Well, I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on the ice and donked my head. It's always worse after the snow stopped falling. That's when it's most slippery. Knocked myself clean out, I did. I really thought my number was up. Wait a minute, let me get this straight. This happened on Calabash Road? That's right. I live in Cornpipe, you see. Heading down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your books. Juror number 6, I must insist that you add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant. Oh, ad break. Ad break.
Whoa.
I'm drinking water. Ad break. Water break.
All right. So, as a point of comparison, how much do you want to slap this individual?
This guy?
Yeah.
He's fine.
Okay, good. Okay, glad we've got that comparison.
Yeah, he's fine.
We've got the control test here.
Yes. He's fine. The maid / wife? No. The foreman of the jury? No. The second lady? She's biased, but I'll give her a day. I'll give her the day. You know?
Mm-hmm. It seems like the list of people you want to slap currently consists of a single person.
Nah, I'd slap the jury foreman too.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Van Zeeks, though, he's on thin ice. He's on the thinnest of ice.
Truly.
I hope he falls through. It gets very cold and very damp. I wonder if there's any words that he hates. He seems to like words.
Just so that you can say them?
Yeah! How did
Just
you
so
know?
can say them to him.
I want to just walk up to him and look him dead in the eyes and just be like, moist. You know? Like, you know? I feel like that's my right as a human being to make his life miserable, because he's making mine miserable with his own misery, really. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm not a fan of his attitude problems.
Mm.
This juror, he better help me out here. He better help me out real quick. I'm gonna eat a chippy. One chippy. I have 30 seconds to eat a chippy. Oh god. Crunch. Oh, it's really loud.
Fast
Oh
chip.
god. I'm nowhere near the mic.
It's a chip. It's chippy.
It's a Parmesan crisp.
I can't actually think of a louder food right now than chips.
Yeah, chips are kind of loud. Crunch. I know, Risha. I'm sorry.
What's the quietest food?
Bananas.
Mmm.
Applesauce? No. Because you need a
I don't
spoon
think
for
it can be
that.
something too liquid kind of becomes like slurpable. Can't allow
That's
that.
true. I think banana might be it.
That's a really good baseline. It'd be hard to top that.
Unless you're like smacky when you eat, you know, like smack, smack, smack. Yeah. Anyway, it's just what I got going on. All right, back to juror number pudding. Pudding has a spoon though, and if you have like something gets a spoon hits, there's a noise. But a banana is self-contained. You don't need utensils for a banana. It might make a sound when you're opening it, though. You know. Sorry.
Acoustics is weird.
Extremely sick. No, I'm quite all right now. We are getting nowhere. It sends a shiver down my spine to hear the members of the jury so convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt, Gogurt.
Now, that's in like a
Crinkly
plastic
wrapper.
container. It'll like crinkle.
Yeah, exactly, crinkly wrapper. But I can't help feeling that some of their opinions are rather subjective. I agree. It's the irrelevance of what some of them are saying that sends a shiver down my spine. Still, at least some of their assertions don't actually incriminate Mr. Natsume of anything. That's something. We must use that to our advantage, Mr. Naruhodo. Cunningly. Yes, you're right. Let's listen to the jurors again, carefully. And if any of their assertions are at odds, I'll pit them mercilessly against each other.
We shall learn the truth.
Yes, don't hold back. Pit them all against each other. Good grief, Susato, please. So, I'm gonna pit. Oh, wrong button. Not you. I think 2 versus 4. But first I want to do 5 versus 3. So pit you. Yes? Right? Right? These two. Wait. Hold on, I'm thinking. I'm thinking. He couldn't have gone down Meersham Street, which was the top street. That would have been a reason for him to go around, right? So this is a good one to pit, right? You can help me here, it's fine.
This is the sound of me helping.
Wow, Risha says
I mean, it
thank
makes sense
you.
to me.
Okay.
I'm convinced.
Objection!
Objection! Those two statements are clearly at odds with one another. At odds, counsel. Explain yourself. No!
Oh, frick, I gotta voice both of them. Please, don't point. It wasn't me, I swear.
Don't point.
What? I just want to get this done and dusted.
Well, juror number 3.
Oh, Nisa? What do you mean?
What do you think of that information?
We step in.
Juror number 5's words just now are extremely significant. I love the pacing. It makes me happy.
It's so good.
Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's been said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsume visited this bookshop to purchase a number of secondhand books. Okay, facts. And on the same day, we now know that there were works being carried out on Mearsham Street, making it impassable. Which means that the defendant's route home could not have taken him along Mearsham Street and down Briar Road.
Genius. Oh, yes, of course. What do you think, sir? Well, yes, you can't argue with that, really, can you? We must have had a good 2 yards or more of the pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way.
So, the only conclusion is this. Alright, Bailica, thank you! The defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodgings.
What does loaf mean? Does it like stand for something, or does it just mean like become loaf?
Become loaf.
Are they becoming a piece of bread? Are they becoming the entire bread?
Just like loafing around, you know?
Oh, okay.
Or like a
Gotcha.
cat loafing.
I was overthinking it.
You were. It's okay.
Yes, I suppose he must have.
Yay, we convinced a juror. 2 jurors.
I suppose that might be right, eh?
Juror number 3, you said the following. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, but we see now that he had no choice.
Yes.
And dots.
My lord, Mr. Judge, sir, if I may.
Yes.
I don't think in all good conscience that I can say the man's guilty now.
Dun 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 dun.
Yes, I'd like to see this trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened.
Yay. Uno. 1.
Nice. What about you, sir? Me? Well, all right then.
All right then, let's go.
If there's a hole in the prosecution's argument, it should be filled in, that's what I say.
Ah ha ha ha, because he builds roads, you see.
Slap.
Let's go. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. That was wonderful. Well, we've managed to change a couple of minds at least. It's strengthened our position somewhat. Yes, and it will prompt the other members of the jury to reconsider their stance as well. They'll be asking themselves if their current leanings are really right or not. Now, if we could just identify one more clue or discrepancy that would make them stop doubting Mr. Natsume, we might be able to tip the balance completely. Yes, that's exactly what we've got to do. Van Zeeks is looking to bring this trial to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent by whatever means we have at our disposal. He's napping. He's napping. It's the middle of the day. He's napping. He's a bat. And a vampire. A vampire bat. Thank you, counsel. On with the summation examination, please. Yes, my lord. Wow, that nod is like very aggressive.
I have to say not guilty at this point, so I can see where this trial goes from here. Whether it's digging up roads or digging up the truth, you gotta see it through to the end, haven't you?
Ah, what about... Ah, Pitt, I got this. I got this. I got this, because he's in green.
Objection!
Objection. Let's fucking go.
Use your eyes.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Those two statements clearly show a flaw in the juror's reasoning. A flaw? What are you talking about, counsel? Well, juror number 2, juror number 6? My, whatever do you mean, sir? I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable. It's not like I was loud or anything. There is at least one fact of which we can be sure here. The bookshop receipt found in the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to your books and purchased a number of secondhand titles. He then returned home on foot. But the man says he has no recollection of his return journey. That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. Yes, we are all well aware of all this. The poor young woman who was stabbed, obviously.
Objection!
Objection! Can we really be sure of that, madam? My, whatever do you mean? I'm sure you heard juror number 6's account of what happened to him that day. That same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim, who was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood. Oh my! Here we go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, okay, okay. Doubt, doubt. My goodness.
My goodness. You mean...
My goodness, sir. I do mean. That's right. I'm referring, of course, to hard of hearing juror number 6. Did you have to point that part out? Are you really suggesting that the person in the green overcoat whom the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes was the jolly old gentleman on the end of the bench here with me today? That is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim.
Well, look at that.
I'm looking. My goodness me! Sorry? You need a pee, excuse me? And crucially, we know precisely where the old man in the green overcoat fell. On Calabash Road. Therefore, if the person who Mr. Natsume saw collapsing in front of him was in fact juror number 6, it means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. And if that's true, then clearly the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home. Oh my, she says. Oh my.
You idiot old man, if you hadn't been so daft as to be roaming around out there, we'd have boxed this off hours ago.
And really, what were you thinking, wearing such a befuddling coat? What did you say to me? Uh-oh. Is it a crime for the elderly to walk the streets these days? Is it a crime to slip over on the ice? Is it a crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat? Is it? Hold it. Did she just hold it us? Oh my god. My lord, I hope it won't cause any inconvenience, but you'd like to change your leaning, I presume? I do declare that I would. I should like to call for a verdict of not guilty. Yay! 3. Thank you. And I would too. Okay. What? Is it a crime to change your mind? Is it? Well, I mean, no. He's fine again. He's fine again.
And just like that.
We did it. We did it. Well, that summation examination has concluded with a rather large shift in opinion. The ayes 2, the noes 4. So the noes have it. Not guilty, they say. Which means we no longer have a consensus among the members of the jury. The trial will continue. Good.
Objection!
Oh my fucking god. Are you kidding me? Hope your chalice gives you
now
glass
drunk.
splinters. He's broken 3 now.
Could it seem churlish of me to drink from my hallowed chalice moments after raising an objection,
Yes. Indeed.
only to crush it in disgust? Pray, forgive the discourtesy.
You are all about theater and not about justice, and I don't like that about you. Lord Van Zeeks? Oh, we're back at our little stand now.
Seems I must retract my earlier remark.
Oh, which one?
One where I called the jury smart.
What do you mean?
I mistakenly credited these jurors with intelligence by describing them as insightful.
You're stupid.
Yet we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern entertainer.
Okay.
You've been abstracted. You are no longer specifically a clown. Eh?
Whatever do you mean?
Objection!
Yeah, objection, motherfucker. I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth.
Indeed. Stalwart juror number 5 was undoubtedly repairing the road, as he claims. I believe you said it was a good 2 yards of the pavement which you had extracted, sir? That's right. Took me the whole day and they paid me a measly tuppence for it. Now, my learned Nipponese friend, tell me,
I hate this guy.
do you have any notion of the distance that 2 yards represents?
Well, if I'm honest, I don't have a clue, no. 2 yards is a little less than 2 meters. Less than 2 meters? That's not much at all.
In other words, a distance readily vaulted by anyone of moderate vigor.
I don't think so.
Skill issue.
Oh, okay.
Would you not agree, my stalwart friend?
Wow, he does not have a clown degree. You take that back.
Me? Well, I can't say you're wrong, no.
What? We have said
And did
what more times in this case.
And did you perchance erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from walking the path, from passing the site of your works? I just stopped reading and filled in my own words there.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
I just ad-libbed. I wouldn't dream of it. What a waste of time.
Wow.
No coaches would have had a hope of passing anyway, and we just turned any gentlefolk back when they come. Kids just jump right over us all the time. The accused is no gentleman, as far as I can see.
This guy.
I have little doubt, however, that he could spring over a 2-yard trench in his meanderings around town. Ah!
Is that true? Is it? Oh god, not the scroll.
The incontrovertible truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found at the scene.
And? You act like I care. You literally act like I care what you think.
You cared a lot more back when you were wanting to not raise an objection.
Yeah, well now I don't care because I know that the road was torn up. And
There
that
can
there
be
might have
no
been somebody
doubt.
else.
There can be no doubt that on his way back to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume walked down Briar Road.
There can be no doubt that you're a stick in the mud. Ugh, yep. Crushed in a single sentence.
And old man,
Yes. Cold man, you can talk.
you say that around 5 o'clock on the day in question, you slipped and fell on Calabash Road. Pray, was there a suspicious-looking Nipponese behind you at the time?
He wouldn't have known. He can't hear, and he got knocked unconscious. Oh, I can't say as I remember. See? You don't remember.
How about the wager, my learned friend? You say it was this old man that the accused saw,
I hate you.
but I would lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it.
I hate this. Arg. Yep.
Let's go gambling.
Why is he giving us a gambling problem? Or dar! Or dar! Yep. Lord Van Zeeks, explain yourself. Okay.
My lord?
What? Answer the question, bitch. I hate this man. I hate this man. If you had such a trenchant argument up your sleeve, why in the world did you not proffer it during the summation examination?
Examine these laws, Your Honor.
Examine, I'm sorry. I almost said something, but then I changed my mind. He said, okay.
I wanted to give this young Ford student the sightseeing experience he no doubt came for. I wanted him to see for himself how the opinion of the jury is so readily swayed. Also, as established earlier, it's illegal for me to talk during a summation examination. I don't know why I'm not bringing that up. I just decided to be rude and racist today. But my hospitality has its limits, and they have been reached, I feel.
Oh, the cloak is off.
So, my learned friend, today's sightseeing tour of London is now over.
What are you talking about?
Go to Liverpool. My lord. Sorry. I don't know why that one. I really like that one.
The only good thing about him is that he's campy. He is very campy. I will give him the camp.
The prosecution requests permission to call its next witnesses to the stand.
Fucking finally, we can get somebody we can talk about.
It's time to cross-examine.
Cross-examination!
Testify.
God. Granted. Bailiff, bring forth the witnesses. God save me. It's next witnesses? Mr. Naruhodo, do you not remember? We've been told on several occasions that there were eyewitnesses to the incident. We have been told that. Yes, I remember. One of them being a Scotland Yard policeman, no less. I'm afraid that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness. All right, no matter who Van Zeeks brings to the stand as his witnesses, and no matter what they say, I believe in Soseki-san. I know he's innocent. Oh, look at us believing in the zoom in. And I'll keep believing to the very end, until this battle is over. Good. Is that to be continued?
I definitely feel like
No,
Gronowski is
just
really
what
taking to
the
heart. Oh, hey.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well,
Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court.
No, I need a chippy. I need a chippy to make it through this. Hold on. One singular chippy. A Parmesan chippy. I take it back on
Deploy
one
the
too.
chip. Deploy the chip.
Sodium.
Chips deploy.
Tasty. Alright.
Why is
Time for
Chips
this.
Ahoy the name of a cookie brand?
Time for this man to piss me off some more.
I guess it's the chocolate chips inside it, but
Yeah.
like really? Really? You have a name good as Chips Ahoy and you're using it for cookies.
Would you have used it for pirates?
I would have used it for chips.
Oh, but they're chocolate chips. I mean, like, it's the same thing. They're like, ahoy, there be chips, you know? Like,
In this cookie, I guess.
chalky chips.
Oh, they're hidden.
They're chalky chips. Personally, I can't get mad at Chips Ahoy for the name because I like Chips Ahoy. Like, I'm gonna be honest here. I like Chips Ahoy. But anyway. I hate this. The Bobby is
Why?
asleep and wearing the same scarf as the girl.
Do you think they're matching or it's one scarf?
It might be one scarf,
Hmm.
but they might be matching. I don't know. No, I can see both. Well, no? Yep.
Constable Rolly Beat, sir. Nothing to report on the street, sir.
He's chewing on his hat's strap. Is he okay? Is he narcoleptic? Like, I see. I see. Okay, it is one scarf then at that. It's one scarf.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Mystery solved.
Mystery is indeed solved.
You want to field this one?
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm just preparing myself mentally. Just preparing myself mentally. God. Okay, here we go. I got no special voice for this one. It's just happening. And I'm Mrs. Beat. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say I'm this young town hero's wife. He's asleep. He'll get back to you. I'm sorry, he was just chewing on his cord, on his strap.
So, fun trivia here.
Yes.
Obviously, the pun on their names collectively is Patrol the Beat. However, in Japanese, it's slightly different. Not because the pun is different, but because their first names are swapped. I believe the copper's name is Pat, and the wife's name is like Rolla. So they've arbitrarily swapped it for some reason.
I wonder why.
Huh.
We must ask the devs. Or the translation team what their thought process was.
I'm mistaken. His last name was not part of the beat pun, but the patrol thing did happen.
I see. So cute.
I think his last name in the Japanese version was just O'Malley, which the word Omari, as in like Omowari, which means policeman.
I see.
I've corrected my information.
That doesn't translate that well, but I see where they were going with the name in English
It
then.
does. Yep. Now he's just beat, both in the sense that he patrols it and he's really freaking tired.
Me too, buddy. Me too. What's the story here? Well, in truth, we've not been married long. In fact, oh my god, we celebrated our first anniversary only the other day.
I am asleep.
He is asleep and chewing on his chin strap. Cool. No, it was your husband I was asking about. He seems tired.
Oddly surprising.
Hardly surprising, okay.
Whilst being an honorable occupation, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world.
Oh, really? I'm sure I've heard that before, actually. Indeed. Apart from rare days off, our gallant officers trudge some 20 miles a day, you know. They patrol boarding houses and pubs, collect taxes, survey the streets, check that meters are reading true. And they're responsible for keeping the streets clean and lighting and extinguishing our street lights. There are a number of items on that list that don't sound much like policing duties at all. I wouldn't just be falling asleep on my feet, I'd have collapsed long ago.
But it goes without saying that a policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Even when he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes on his beat.
Jeez.
Well, the London Bobby is a man of honor.
That's a man of nap time, actually.
Man about to be a man of honor the floor.
Yeah, exactly. Good grief. And a man of slumber, there we go.
That's a much better joke than what I was doing. On the day in question, this man and his wife were walking down Briar Road in the opposite direction. And they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Mrs. B?
That's right, sir. Isn't it, Rolly?
I am asleep.
Still asleep.
Constable Rolly Beat, sir! Nothing to report on the street, sir!
Is that his entire testimony? What a great witness he's going to be. Very good. Oh, was it? I'd like to hear your formal testimonies now, please. You will tell the court exactly what you saw on the afternoon of the incident.
Yes, sir! I am asleep.
He is asleep. Okay, witness testimony. What the witnesses saw. It was our wedding anniversary, and Rolly was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor. Then the other scattered something before running off. We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at a nearby police box. So you didn't see anything, you saw silhouettes. It was definitely that Japanese man in the dock. Rolly and I both saw him clear as day.
The man has said nothing.
Well, this is extremely... I can't even take this sentence seriously. Well, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say. Is it?
I'm certainly compelled.
I'm compelled to slap somebody. Oh, dear.
Okay, we gotta add Rolly to the list of people to slap. He needs it to wake up.
He needs it to wake up, exactly. You understand me. You understand me.
I do.
Oh dear, this policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Natsume at the scene. If their testimony is true, the alternative course of events that you established in the summation examination will be quashed.
It's death knell, in fact.
Oh, cry more.
Because that alternative was never viable in the first place.
an unfortunate but chancing. And on your wedding anniversary, too. Oh, I know. But I still managed to go out for the evening with my man. I thank the Lord for that. Okay. Gosh, the life of a London Bobby sounds very hard indeed.
Indeed. However, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon.
What do you mean by that?
My learned friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene. They are testifying under oath that it was without doubt the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume. And one of these witnesses is a policeman, no less. So you appreciate the gravity of the situation. Sure.
Ding, ding, ding. Except that the man's so tired his wife has to do all the talking. Enough preamble. Counsel for the defense, commence the cross-examination, please. Yes, my lord. We sound very certain and very sure of ourselves.
I'm gonna prepare a better voice for Rolly over here. I
He's
think
never
I gotta
gonna
make him
talk.
sound tired instead of just raspy.
He's never gonna talk.
He's never gonna
Fine.
talk, but I gotta be ready for the day he does.
It was our wedding anniversary and Rolly was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Okay. So that means he's in a police uniform. That means nothing. I can press that, but like... Why? Why would I? Right? What is it gonna tell me? I mean, I will, but like, what is it gonna tell me? You know what I mean?
Hold it!
Yeah, I know what you mean.
No time to change after work, you say? Are you also a member of the police, Mrs. Beat? Oh no, sadly not. It's a job for strapping young men only. Women, children, and the elderly can't even apply. Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can't you? I think Rolly looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you down the ground, doesn't it, darling?
I just finished my beat. Pat and I were heading back to the station. I was actually planning on getting changed there.
Is he talking in his sleep? This is creepy. Oh no, Rolly, I much prefer you in uniform. Sometimes I don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes. Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy. Kindly adhere to the point. You were going for a meal after you had finished your beat for the day, correct?
That's right, sir, yes. Although I was hit the drop to me. After spending the whole day on my feet. The police is my life, sir. As long as I'm the proud owner of this, I'll serve my city and my queen to the end.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Metropolitan Police warrant card.
What's that now?
It's a Metropolitan Police warrant card.
It says it on the
My
front.
warrant card, sir. Proof that I'm a London copper. It has the noble founding principles of the force written on it, as a reminder to all us policemen of our sworn duty. To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. Sir! And for such a noble cause I cover 20 miles every single day, without fail and without a grumble. Because I know that the plodding of my boots is all the Londoners need to hear to feel safe and secure.
Oh boy.
How noble.
So, fighting crime doesn't appear to come into it then.
But sir, just on that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mrs. Feet put up with a lot, being married to a Bobby like me. I wanted to show my dear wife how much I care. Oh, Pat.
Oh, Rolly! Wow. Oh, what a charming couple. Their young love is such a joy to behold. If a little over the top, perhaps? And then, kindly describe what happened next. Oh, them, right? Okay, I'm gonna press on this one.
Hold it!
The fog. They said the fog was light. And yeah, the silhouettes as versus being able to actually see the faces, right? They're just silhouettes. Anyway, 2 silhouettes. That's right. They were coming towards us, walking up Briar Road in the opposite direction. There was a rather plump figure, followed by a scrawny, thin-looking man. That does sound exactly like the victim is pictured in this print, and like Mr. Natsume. Yes, unfortunately it does. Why'd you say that out loud then?
You're certain that at the time there was nobody else nearby?
Oh yes, quite certain. It was dark, but there are street lights on Briar Road, you see. There was nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling?
Well, yes, that's right. Of course, there was a light fog on the ground. The Briar Road is dead straight and you could see a fairly long way down the pavement. And then there's the street lighting as well. I didn't see any other to this street.
He's snoozing.
I am asleep. Before sleep takes a firm hold, your answer, please, Mr. Beat. Are you quite sure of what you've just said? Yes, sir. As a copper who spends all day, every day keeping watch on the streets, I'd swear to it, sir. And be sure, as my love for Patricia is true. Oh, Pat.
Oh, Rolly! Oh my god. They're still maintaining there was no one else around other than the victim and the attacker. It's starting to seem like that must be how it really happened. It's beginning to seem like there's nowhere to run. Well, that didn't stop Mr. Natsume, did it? He fled the scene all too convincingly. Thank you. I believe we have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just before the incident now. What happened in the crucial moments that followed? Okay, back to the testimony.
Hold it!
Scattered something. What do you mean by that? Oh well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time. But then when we got closer, we realized what it was. Didn't we, darling?
Yes, that's right. It was some old books.
I see. Old books.
Yes, sir. The culprit had dropped a number of them, all around where the victim lay on the pavement.
Indeed, as clearly pictured in this photographic print. That rot Japanese man did that when he did the deed.
Hold it!
Yeah, hold it for real face. Let's not forget that it remains to be established that the defendant was indeed the attacker.
We saw him. It was the man in the dog without question, sir.
Oh, he's back asleep.
The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the proud mouth, the snub nose, everything.
Any more insults you want to throw in? That's right. He looked down at that poor defenseless woman with those terrifying, intense eyes. And then suddenly threw his books onto the pavement and ran away. I see. This is tough. They seem as though they're telling the truth here.
May I remind the court that this unambiguous testimony comes from a policeman and his wife. Now please, continue.
I don't wanna.
Yes, sir.
Grief.
I am asleep.
Grief.
Faded to nap.
We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at a nearby police box. Why would you do that? He's a cop. But okay.
Suspicious.
A little interesting. A little interesting. There, the behaviors.
Hold it!
Holding. Was it your husband who went to fetch help? No, I went. I may not be a police officer myself, but I am the proud wife of one after all. Isn't that right, my darling? Oh my god.
Yes, that's right. I asked Mrs. Beat to go. I was off duty by that point. But Bobby's never truly off duty, of course, so I felt obliged to stay and guard the scene.
Very laudable, Mr. Beat. Preserving the scene of a crime is a task of considerable importance.
That's why I sent Patricia, you see. I told her where to find the right police box.
Forgive my ignorance, but what do you mean exactly by the right police box?
Depends on a crime scene's location, you see, as to who deals with it. Where the woman was stabbed wasn't actually on my beat. So I told Patricia the way to the police box to the beat the incident fell under, so she could go and report it.
I ran there as quickly as I could and asked for help from the Bobby on duty. There's nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know.
And thanks to your swift response, the case was quickly resolved. The actions of two model citizens.
Wow. Oh, please! You're making us blush! Isn't he, darling?
Yes, sir! What Patricia said, sir! I am asleep.
Alright, let's move on, shall we? Okay.
Hold it!
Holding one more time. But surely you wouldn't have been able to see his face by the light of the gas street lamps, would you? We absolutely could. Us Londoners have exceptional eyesight, I'll have you know. What's this reaction? Right. The light from the street lamps was more than enough. And my husband already told you that the fog was only light, didn't he? Yes. And what of the fog? We're famous for it across the globe, I believe. But it's an absolute menace to those of us who have to live with it, of course. Oh, it is! When it's thick, you can't even see the hand at the end of your own arm. Yes, alright, I take your point. Now, could you stop shaking your husband about? The constant fog makes our eyes very sharp, you see? That's why we can tell for sure and certain that it was that little Japanese man we saw. Can't we, darling?
Yes. It was the accused and no mistake. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the taut mouth, snake nose. Unmistakable, sir!
As far as this couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any question. It was Soseki-san that they saw running away from the scene of the crime. So that's it, is it? That's their entire testimony? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I hate to admit it, but on hearing the testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Mrs. Beat saw what they say they saw. Oh, she's mad. Mr. Natsume running away from the scene on Briar Road that day. But he already said that's what happened. Yes, I feel the same. So if that's true, where does it leave us? The members of the jury are sure to call for a guilty verdict after this testimony. Oh no. Then what do we do? If Kazuma-sama were here, wow. What are you trying to say? I think he would try to find a contradiction somewhere else within their testimony. Hi, buddy. Is it bedtime? I'm sorry, buddy. He always comes out here at like this time to tell me to go to bed. I'm sorry, buddy. Soon. I go bed soon. Hi, buddy. He's so cute. Sorry, cats. Cats are great. What do you mean, somewhere else? Their statement about seeing Mr. Natsume is unequivocal. Calling that into question won't help. But if you could identify some other part of their testimony which appears to contradict the facts, you might be able to discredit them, to make the jury doubt if the pair's memory of the day is accurate.
That's a sinister tactic.
Kinda is, but gaslight the jury, go for it. Oh, right. Put simply, we must focus on finding a discrepancy in these statements somewhere. If we don't, I'm afraid the trial may reach an early and unfavorable conclusion. Ugh, why do I always seem to be so up against it? Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something? Oh, yes, of course. What is it? Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so... It seems like you don't believe our testimony. Is that right? Is it? Well, out with it. What? No. Oh, it's really not that at all. My husband's a policeman, remember? And I know what I saw. I remember every last detail. Everything. Like... Oh, I know. What about the books the man dropped? I could tell you the names of every single one I could. Please do. Every single one. And you dare to question how reliable my testimony is? That will do, Mrs. B. Oh, no, it won't do at all, okay. That Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of. Even if I decide to forgive him for insulting us, I don't think for a minute that Rolly will. I really didn't mean to cause offense. Please put your husband's fists down. Perhaps you would like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Mrs. Beat. Might that appease you? Oh, thank you, my lord. That would settle things nicely. wouldn't it, darling? He's busy. He's busy.
Asleep.
He's busy.
I am not awake.
I could even tell you the names of the 4 books. 4 books?
Hmm?
Press. And then I will present the 3 books from the receipt. Do you explain yourself? Yes, we know that there were books dropped at the scene of the crime, as you say. Oh, we're gonna hit an ad
Those
in a minute, I
purchased
bet.
by the accused at the nearby secondhand bookshop on the day in question.
After I'd been to the police box for help, Well, I decided to have a good look over the area for good measure. I am a proud policeman's wife, after all. I did it for Rolly. And what was your husband doing at the time? Sleeping? Oh, he was lying face down in the snow, getting some well-deserved rest. He works ever so hard, you know, ever so hard. Don't you, my darling? Interesting way of guarding the scene of the crime. Well, Mrs. Beats, seeing as you've regaled the court with your tales of your powers of recollection, would you be so kind as to recount the titles of the books you observed at the scene? Oh, the ad started. Are you kidding me?
No, now we're never gonna learn the names of the book.
Oh no, stream end!
No.
I do have to end it soon though, because I'm falling asleep. That's okay. I'll live. I'll live. I wish I could make the ad go away for just this one time.
Is it possible to cancel an ad break?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. No, you can't. Oh my gosh, I'm so sleepy.
It's Rolly. His tiredness is infecting everyone else.
It's making me sleepy.
Crop him out of the frame. We can't look at him.
Come out there! None of that. I'm gonna eat another chippy to stay awake. That's what I'm
Alright.
gonna do. A crunch for the road. These are really good. Calcium. They're cheese crisps, and they're very good, and I highly recommend them if you like cheese.
You heard it here first. If you are a fan of cheese, consider the crisps.
Cheesy cheese crisps. Mm-hmm. Ad breaks ends in 40 seconds.
Woo!
Woo!
We can harness this power to power.
And then we will try to wrap up this cross-examination.
Yeah.
I did in fact just choke on my cheese crisp. It's fine.
No.
I almost hurt myself with my cheese crisp. I'd be happy to. Now, are you all listening? Oh, I am listening, honey.
Let's hear this.
There was the picture of Mr. Somebody or other. Okay. And what's it yearnings? Okay. Then there was a meal for someone. And the last one was definitely the thingamy something. Wow.
Perfect recollection, probably.
Examine. So there's a fourth book. That shouldn't have been there.
She made it up. Fiction.
You see? I see. Yes, I see there are 1 or 2 holes in your memory. Oh well, they were along those lines, I'm quite sure.
There were indeed books found at the scene with titles along those lines. It.
What did I tell you? So I think it's very mean the way you've been implying that my testimony can't be trusted. Don't you agree, darling?
No, he's on screen.
Oh God, he has a
Anyone who accepts
gun!
my Patricia will have to answer me too. I said that wrong, but you get the
Why
point.
does he have a gun?
He's a police officer.
Oh, he's dead now.
I am asleep. Thank you, Fancy,
You think he's really
for
scared?
summarizing. I think he's absolutely shivering in his second boots. Terrifying.
How tall are his boots? I need to see them. Just a general observation of his boots.
They go up to like his knees.
Oh, good for him.
Like they're like up to the knees boots.
Knee boots. Yes, she really is. So that's it, is it? That's their entire testimony? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I hate to admit it, but on hearing the testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Mrs. Beat saw what they say they saw. Okay, fine. Mr. Natsume running away from the scene on Briar Road that day. Yes, I feel the same. So if that's true, where does it leave us? The members of the jury are sure to call for a guilty verdict. Back to the testimony. Let's go back to it. So, I think we could present the receipt here.
Yeah. Because like 4 and 3 are different numbers.
They are different numbers. And there are only 3 books in this picture.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna present the receipt so it happens.
Good luck.
So you're saying that there were 4 books. Ha 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 ha!
More like your books.
That's right. I remember all of them. The picture of Mr. Somebody, what's it yearnings, a meal for someone, and the thingamy something. I'm sorry, Mrs. Beat. there is a fundamental flaw in that statement of yours. Oh no! What? What flaw? She has VTuber eyeballs. Simply that at the scene of the crime, there were only 3 books, not 4. See her eyes kind of jiggling a little bit? The pupils?
Oh, yeah.
Some people do that with their VTuber models.
I wouldn't know. I have glasses on most of the time.
It's probably for the best. What if your eyeballs start doing that out of nowhere and you start freaking people out, you know?
True.
What? This is the receipt from the bookshop where the defendant bought his books. Your books? Yes, and it details Mr. Natsume's purchases that day. But as you can see, only 3 books are listed. Only 3? But no, that can't be. I remember seeing them. There were 4 books, I tell you, 4 dirty old books. Oh, really? Have a good look at this photographic print of the scene of the crime. I could have presented either of them, huh? As you can clearly see from this evidence as well, there are only 3 books.
Yes, but by presenting the receipt first, you don't have to present the photo automatically.
Makes sense. But I just don't believe it. I saw them there, I swear it. I saw them. No, madam, I'm afraid your powers of observation cannot be relied upon.
Ooh, sick burn.
Grr. So it cannot be denied that though you say it was the defendant you saw, you could very well be mistaken. Oh no! Oh no, 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 no!
It's the same scarf!
It's the same scarf. Objection, I see. He's objecting to what? What do you have to object to now?
It's plainly evident.
Go back to the noodle shop from whence you came.
That it is your powers of deduction that cannot be relied upon, my learned Nipponese friend.
If you don't stop calling me that. What?
You're about to learn today. What cannot be denied is that these 2 witnesses saw the accused running from the scene. A fact that you know very well you have no hope of disproving. So you've striven to avert attention from that by dint of some inconsequential discrepancies. Would that be fair?
No! You're not fair. Ugh. He sees right through me.
But your plan has somewhat recoiled against you.
What are you talking about?
It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast.
That's not toast, that's wine.
To the policeman's wife and her entirely accurate testimony in every respect.
Oh!
You see, the matter is not up for debate. At the scene on Briar Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found.
Objection!
But what about the photographic print? It only shows 3 books.
Quite right. Only 3 can be seen in...
Oh, tell me there's another print. Tell me there's another photo. That print? You mean to say... I knew it. Yes!
Allow me to present another. One that shows the victim's hand.
The lion's pride. I don't believe it. Why does the book have a chunk taken out of it? It's the fourth book.
As you will observe, the fourth book was hidden from view in the original print by the victim's torso.
No. No.
Well, that ain't good.
Ordar, Ordar. There, you see? Look at that. Look. Yes. I am in fact looking. It's just like I said. Isn't it, my darling?
Yes, sir. Patricia's always right, sir. Let us study the receipt for the books purchased by the accused on the day in question. Miss Beat, the titles once again, if you please.
Oh, yes, of course. The picture of Mr. Somebody or other.
The picture of Monsieur Lecoq.
What's it, Yearnings?
Canterbury Yearnings.
A meal for someone.
A meal for Gaborio, in fact. As the court has just heard, the witness remembers the book titles flawlessly, save for a few minor details.
I think the sixth juror did it.
Mrs. Beat's powers of recollection can only be described as exceptional. What makes you say that?
I just think he did it. I just decided this.
Why, because he was also at a bookstore that day?
Yes, exactly. He bought the same books.
Oh, man.
He's framing somebody. Did you hear that, Rolly? The gentleman paid me a compliment.
Yes, sir. Flawlessly, sir. Patricia is flawless.
But there are only 3 books on the receipt, and Mrs. Beat mentioned 4.
There's nothing surprising about that. Clearly, the fourth book is that which is shown in this photographic print.
I'm sorry, Counsel, but does that not seem odd? Why should the 4th book be omitted from the receipt?
It's not all at all, It's not all at all, my lord. As the photographic clearly shows, the 4th book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, it belongs to the victim.
Why is our chunk missing? The victim was holding her own book?
That's so weird for someone to be holding an object they own!
I wonder, what became of that 4th book?
Obviously, it wasn't overlooked by the investigating officers at Scotland Yard. I have it here as evidence.
Yes, evidence! Let me look at it. You will submit that and the aforementioned photographic print to the court, please, Counsel.
My pleasure, my lord.
Second crime scene photograph. And the 4th book.
Mmm.
I'm about to just look at these and then call it a good night, because the prosecution is resting, just like the witness.
The prosecution rests. I have nothing further to it.
What?
You seem surprised, my learned friend.
You are so just condescending.
But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile. The spurious lounger route to the accused lodgings that you tried... Oh, the spurious longer route to the accused lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination.
We tried.
And the attempted discrediting of the witness's powers of recollection in your cross-examination.
Futile? I walked right into this, didn't I?
Futile.
see, everything we've said is true. Isn't that right, my darling?
Yes, Pat. Marry me, Pat. You've been married for a year.
Exactly.
And 2 days.
In a couple of days. Good for you.
So, perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider their position.
No.
Should the court waste any more time on this Nipponese travesty?
Racism. Racism.
Or is the decision you have to make all too apparent already?
Wow.
You have heard all of the witnesses and seen all of the evidence. This trial has run its course.
Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid we are in a terribly precarious position. I know, but if I fight back in the wrong way now, I could very well just make matters worse. Think, Ryunosuke, think. What do you do now? We look at the court record, that's what we do.
You bet we do. We got 2 new evidence to look at.
Examine the crime scene photo.
Well, it's the book.
That's the book. Back. Examine the book. There's the title. Look! It's burned!
What?
It's burned!
You're not allowed to burn books. That's
Oh, look
unhygienic.
This! The book has been badly burnt. You're right. You'd never be able to read it in this state, especially not the latter pages. What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of the paper, I think the damage must have occurred very recently. A book. Recently damaged by fire. Why does that seem to raise a red flag with me? Oh, because of the landlord. I see. Let me see, it's a book entitled The Lion's Pride. Oh, wait, hold on. It's just the guy. He had a receipt for this book, didn't he? This book title was brought up in the investigation that we did. I'm afraid I don't know any English literature at all, so it wouldn't be something I've heard. Wait a minute. The Lion's Pride? That's strange. I think I have heard of a book by that name before, and very recently too. It's a title I recognize too, Mr. Naruhodo. Interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
Alright, so let's object. I guess we object. I don't know any reason to not object.
I think we're good.
Objection!
Please don't hate me. I'm not done yet!
No, my learned friend. It's over.
It's not.
At last cross-examination with your final chance to establish a credible defense. And you fail. The die has been cast. There is no more room for debate.
Well, it might be over as far as you're concerned, but... Ugh, I can't think of what to say. Susato? If I may, Lord Van Zeeks. It seems somewhat boorish to close down the debate at this point. Oh, the ladies are like, she speaks.
Your insignificant little Eastern Isle must be a lawless hole indeed. For a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to intervene in a moment like this.
You don't even have one. Your judicial assistant is a bottle of wine.
You should really get an assistant, like, to clean up the mess he makes.
Right?
Maybe that's where his assistant is. It's just doing
Maybe-
janitor duty in the hall.
Maybe you're right. Wow. Don't insult Susato. You're gonna set me off. I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So you will have to forgive me. But I consider my assistant's advice essential and her opinions invaluable. Mr. Naruhodo? You knew this? Okay. One of this land's great guiding principles is tolerance. So, the court will hear you, madam.
Wait, my lord, when did this happen? I don't think I got the memo.
Go ahead, Miss Susato, please. She's helping me.
Very well. Pray, what insight can you give us? What have we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further?
Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished. I see. And you believe that this new evidence warrants further examination, do you? Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think? It's just possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've been waiting for. The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leanings in a moment. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. So we must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented evidence as thoroughly as possible. I've already done that.
Nah, don't worry about it, Susato. We've got it.
Yes, I understand. And thank you, Miss Susato. This is it. Susato-san has managed to win us one last chance here. I can't let it go to waste. I'm so tired, Runosuke. Do this faster. Thank you. The defense wishes to present evidence, my lord. Oh, Van Zeeks is so mad. Good. Be an angry little cat. I'm gonna spray you with water. Cats hate water. Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Is it the burned book? It's gotta be the burned book, right?
Yeah, I think that's the only plot twist we have here to provide.
This is all we got.
Take that!
Take that.
The book.
The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene, not prime scene. I can't talk. The fourth book found in the victim's hand.
Objection!
We have already discussed the fourth book at length.
No, we haven't. It just got here.
Other than it being in the victim's grasp at the time of the incident, no significance has been attached to it. Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know.
No. Yes, I'm afraid, counsel. I must concur with the prosecution on this matter. When I afforded you this opportunity, you led the court to believe that the evidence in question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue. Okay, Van Zeeks, get over yourself. So I must insist that you elaborate, counsel. You will identify this clue at once. Do I make myself clear? Oh yeah, you got this, buddy. Oh, yes, my lord. It's, don't act like that. Mr. Naruhodo! I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence. Which means you may very well be on the right track. I Yes, I think you might be right. So, counsel, precisely where is the vital clue to this case which this fourth book conceals? It's on the back, the burnt part. Let's go. I think.
Got it!
I'm gonna try it. Got it. I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question. The back? What do you... Good gracious. Okay. It's been burnt to a crisp. So we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what is clearly an unreadable book? It is undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for her to have been doing.
It's pretty weird.
Objection!
Oh my god, you...
Unnatural, you say. And what of it, my Nipponese friend?
Oh.
Were I to concede the point, if it bears no relation to the case, there's nothing to discuss. So, should you wish to assert that this fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that day, pray do enlighten us all. What truth does this chilled book hide?
A charred book. There's just one possibility here, which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. It's an outside chance, certainly, but worth a try. All right, I'll explain my theory. Don't keep us waiting any longer then, counsel. Explain this theory of yours. What are you suggesting you can ascertain from the fire damage this sorry tome has suffered? Its owner. My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth about the book's owner. I beg your pardon? Oh my god. But we already know who the book belongs to. The victim was gripping it in her hand as she fell to the floor after all. It's obviously hers. The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand has yet to be answered. However, as to the questions of who the book really belongs to and where it originated, the defense has very credible answers. We did it. Good gracious, how can you possibly?
Very well. I'll play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise.
Your demise.
But do remember, the members of the jury may well burn you if your little gamble goes awry.
Counsel, the defense's response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of the trial.
Dun dun dun.
So tell the court, who do you claim is the owner of this burnt book? How? Mr. Garadeb. Right? Hold on.
Problem?
No, I'm gonna present him and hope I'm right.
Okay.
Am
Good
I
luck.
wrong? Am I right? Y'all don't leave me out to dry here.
I won't.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. You'll tell me if I'm wrong. No, fuck it. It's definitely pansies. I'm sorry. I'm done now.
Take that!
Take that. The answer is that the book belongs to the couple who own the house where the defendant has his lodging.
Notice the wording here. You could have picked either John or Joan. It would have
That's
been
kind
fine.
of what I was thinking about. Yeah.
There's leniency here.
Thank goodness. A certain Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb.
The landlords?
And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know. But of all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Mrs. Garadeb herself. Oh my goodness me! I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Garadeb's wife. I'm his maid. Things would be so much easier if you would just drop the pretense.
It really would.
Alright then, how about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Garadeb's house? I would never presume to know all of the books he keeps, sir.
Objection!
This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused landlady, you say? You implicate this hard-working member of the public. You besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions are unforgivable.
Now you're just trying to keep us from going down this road.
Objection!
Yeah, objection. Oh my god, please stop objecting. Let's just get to the point here. This is not mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed on the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb's house. Good lord, what sort of incident, counsel? I think I know what happened now, but okay. A fire, my lord.
Good to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing.
Did you open the window?
Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The furniture started going up as well. Worst of it is, I lost my fave. What called the lion's pride. I don't think I'm doing his voice correctly, but that's fine. The flashback's over. I don't have to care anymore.
Flashback's over. You're good.
The lion's pride.
Oh, are you angry? Are you angry? Oh, poor thing. Poor thing. He's so angry. Oh, poor baby. By Jove, the very same title that's the subject of this debate. Oh, dear me.
Objection!
Object all you want.
This is risible. All you've told the court is that a book by the same name was involved in a fire. In which case, it would be reasonable to assume that it was burnt to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself to the scene of the crime.
Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Without going into details, it appears that Mrs. Garadeb was considerably enraged. Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Garadeb even amid the flames. Oh, how awful! I can't even imagine being so horrid to the one you love. Can you, Rolly?
Absolutely not, sir. My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir. Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. and the wife started hurling things at me. There was I, backed up against the window under a heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books coming 10 to the dozen.
Did you open the window? The man had his back up against the window and he had burning books thrown at him. Goodness gracious. Are you suggesting that the book was thrown through a window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime?
Objection!
You keep objecting.
No. A thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted the very evening of the incident. And there is no report of the Garadeb's window pane being broken.
That's quite true. We also saw no sign of broken glass when we visited the Garadeb household. But is it not conceivable that the window was open at the time
Not even remotely.
Not even remotely, he says.
Let us not forget the season and the chilling weather that accompanies it. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter.
We're all just making noises now. Good job.
Wait, there's my noise.
Sounds
Did you
good.
like it?
Yeah, that's pretty
you.
inventive of you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Does the defense postulate this scenario in all seriousness, counsel? Do you earnestly claim that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Garadeb's wife? I believe it's a possibility, my lord. Oh, she says that's quite enough. Well, I hope that everyone can see you for what you are now, you little foreign trickster. You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward. A mean coward.
Oh, mean.
Really? Claiming that our little tiff set the whole neighborhood alight? Honestly. Implying that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake? How could you? It's nothing to do with this beastly case, not any of it. All you've done is sully our family's name. We're good at that. But you deserve it. No, I assure you that was never my intention. Dragging an upstanding citizen's name through the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense? I should box your ears, that's what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable.
Too right,
You already said guilty.
says the man who also went through the exact same thing.
Right, here we go.
How long have we sat here now listening to this Nippony spouting on his fancy foreign theories? But think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could possibly have stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with the mustache. And he ran away from the scene, too.
I do declare you're right.
It's true.
Yes, what did I tell you?
Makes sense to me.
Sorry, what's that? Well, it would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement. What is your position, Lord Van Zeeks?
In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage.
Wow. No, wait. The mystery of the fourth book still hasn't been. Oh God, the leg.
If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them on your own time.
Get your foot off the desk.
You are so over him.
I'm so over him. He's campy. I will again give him that. But beyond that, what? No, forgive the discourtesy this time? Ahem. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decisions regarding the defendant's culpability for the court to hear. I cannot keep doing this.
Guilty.
Oh my god.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Thank you for that unambiguous response. That's twice now. It's over. Mr. Naruhodo, don't give up! Miss Susato? Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet. You're not suggesting. Of course, the defense has the right to another summation examination at this point, and I'm not gonna exercise it tonight. You could still convince the jurors to change their minds. You have one more chance. My lord, the defense asks to exercise its right to a summation examination. Get over it.
Believe you still have tricks up your sleeve.
I don't intend to trick anybody. Unlike you, I intend to uncover the truth. This is no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined.
Congratulations!
To be continued!
You made it! Yeah!
It only took like 40 minutes longer than I anticipated.
It happens.
Yes, we are saving. I'm
We did it.
dying.
We
That was
won!
delightful. We did we win?
Kinda.
Kinda, but that's oh,
Out of
God,
here.
No.
Get out of this.
Don't even-
Stop
don't
stop
even-
being
stop
here.
It. Stop it.
No more being here. Exit.
Yes. Oh no. Cliffhanger.
No reading.
Cliffhanger it. Cliffhanger. We saved. Back
did.
to title. Don't save, we already saved. Yes. So that's it, guys. That is the Great Ace Attorney for this evening. I am dying. I'm going to bed. I will be back on Monday with more OnStars. What you got going on for the rest of the week? Exception?
I've got to rebuild myself a stream schedule. I'm back and I can do stuff, and I'm going to try and do a lot of stuff. We are starting tomorrow
Tomorrow.
at, like, I don't know, noon central.
Okay.
A bit earlier than my usual Thursday stints, but I got scheduled stuff for stuff.
Stuff.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I will.
All right. Well, we will look forward to that. I will probably try to tune in then, because I got
Yay.
the day off, thank God. So, yay. I'm sewing all day tomorrow. That's my main goal. Yep. All right. Well, you heard it here, guys. Sneepy time. Yes. Risha, thank you. You too. You Sneepy time as well. Everybody who came out, thank you so much for being here. And we will see you. Thank you, CoffeeBot. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
We're at Ace Attorney defending things as we defensively defend against a man with a wine glass.
Let me get you unknown for the road.
Unknown for the road.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Farewell.